The following is a live sports presentation of Glycod. GLICOD.com.
Glycod's coverage of IBEW Local 369 Central Kentucky High School basketball starts now.
Second District Championship night. It's a great night for basketball. Hi, I'm Chris LeBar alongside Rick Reams. Rick, 4 teams play tonight, all of whom will advance to next week's 11th region tournament, but yet a lot on the line tonight.
Absolutely. You want to go into the 11th region tournament on the up note. The other thing to look at, you lose this game, you're going to face a winner from another district in that tournament. It's not just that, though. These teams want to have bragging rights in the 42nd district. You want to beat your rival. You want to go into the 11th region holding your head high and get some momentum going in.
Up first, it's Henry Clay and Frederick Douglass on the girls' side. Henry Clay rock solid on Wednesday. This appears to be a tough test tonight for Douglass.
Yeah, this Henry Clay team has shown that they can beat this Douglass team. They've beaten them on the road. And as you said, a rock-solid performance the other night. Last time these two teams played, Douglass had their way. But I tell you what, Douglass can't come out overlooking this team because Henry Clay will beat you.
For the Broncos, Ayanna Darrington appears to be the mismatch that all opponents must deal with.
Yeah, I mean, how are you going to stop her? What can you do? She can rebound. She can score on both ends. She can run the court. You've got to figure out a way. You may even go to some type of zone to see if you can limit her touches. But if you do that, Rhodes can kill you from the outside.
At 8 p.m., I think all of North Lexington will be here. It's Douglass and Bryan Station. And, you know, Station's beat the Broncos twice, average of 8 points. What do you make of that game?
I tell you what, right now from what I see of that game, I think 8 points either way is going to be a blowout because these teams are evenly matched. They want to come out. They want to have that pride of the north side. It's going to be a great game tonight. Really, really good effort the other night against Sayre. Bryan Station came out, finished their business. Then you saw, I watched the Douglass-Henry Clay game. I tell you what, a tight game. It's going to be a great game tonight. There are signs all over the place telling you where to sit. There's going to be people everywhere here tonight, Chris. What an atmosphere.
Going to be a lot of fun. So glad you joined us. Up next, Rick will chat with one of the participating girls coaches. More coverage from the 42nd District right after this on Glycod.
Gen Z is a stall generation.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives.
And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
We first opened during the Great Depression, and we've been open for over 85 years now. Through everything that's come our way, we've stayed open by working to make life easier, better, and fresher. By making a real difference in the communities we serve. And by being the kind of place where your money always goes a little further. That's why we're open. Come see for yourself.
Did you know that Cartown Kia has one of the largest pre-owned inventories in the region? And did you know that we source vehicles from all over the country? Not only will we pay top dollar for your trade, we'll buy from you even if you don't buy from us. So stop in today for a quick and easy appraisal, and while you're here, check out the new Kias arriving daily. There's never been a better time to upgrade your ride. Visit Cartown Kia or shop anytime at cartownkiausa.com.
For more than 35 years, online and through our branch office locations, Ruoff Mortgage has helped people discover, finance, and move into their homes with confidence. From the moment you send in an application to the day you get the keys, Ruoff keeps things moving exceptionally fast. By sharing knowledge and professional guidance, Ruoff Mortgage helps people see the potential and excitement in the homeownership experience. Visit one of our convenient branch locations or get started online at ruoff.com.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products.
Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
Let's get real. With us, you'll get a great education that can lead to a great career faster. Even better, you won't end up with crippling debt. College for the real world. College for your world.
This edition of Coach's Comments is brought to you by Bluegrass Community and Technical College. Get started by finding the program that works for you at bluegrass.kctcs.edu. Bluegrass Community and Technical College. Never underestimate you.
Rick Reams back here at Henry Clay High School with Coach DJ Moberly, Douglas girls. Coach, talk to me about this game. These two teams have each won on each other's home court this year. Tell me a little bit about where your team is right now.
Right now, man, I think we playing well together right now as a team, sharing the ball. We're moving the ball real well right now, more than we have. Probably the best all season, really moving the ball right now. I think we poised right now. Nothing's speeding us up right now. We playing under pressure. So I like what we're doing right now.
So, Coach, I talked in the pregame to Chris LeBar about the fact that both of these teams will move on to the region, win or lose. But I know you coaches, you want to get this victory tonight. Why is that important for you and your team?
Oh, well, it's definitely big for our culture and Douglas, period, man. From where we coming from, where we got started the last 4 years over here, it's great to have a possibility to go back-to-back district champs. And I told my girls, like I said, it's a competition that we want to do. It's a goal that we've been setting every year that we want to win a district tournament. Every year we start a season out, we want to win a district tournament. So no matter what.
Well, let's talk about this Henry Clay team. A very solid team, really good performance the other night against a tough Bryan Station team. What do you expect to see from them tonight?
Oh, they're going to play hard. They're going to play well. They're going to make some shots. We just got to make sure we stop their run and limit to their second chance opportunities too.
You got possible missed basketball and Ayanna Darrington out there. Tell me a little bit about her and what she means to this team, but tell me what she's like off the court.
Man, off the court, Ayanna is probably one of the most humblest girls you ever find. Real quiet, man. Never toots her horn about nothing about far as her accolades and none of that. You probably wouldn't even know she plays basketball because after she comes out of the gym, she's a model. So, but besides that, man, great girl, good in the classroom, and her teammates love her. They always go out to eat after practice. It'd be like 5 or 6 girls in her car, going out to eat, going to get something to eat. Everybody wants to ride with AD. So the girls love her, and like I said, man, I mean, great girl.
Well, Coach, I appreciate your time. I know exciting night tonight. Trying to get back to Rupp Arena again this year. Good luck on that road. Appreciate your time.
Thanks,
Have a blessed evening. We'll be right back on Glycon.
Let's get real. You could go to work right after high school, but spend a little time with us and we'll give you a better chance to do more, be more, and earn more. College for the real world. College for your world.
Paramedics do the incredible. They help save lives. And so can you by donating at CSL Plasma. Your plasma donation can help create 24 critical life-saving medicines. And you can be rewarded for your generosity. Every plasma donation can do so much for so many. Do the amazing. Help save lives. Donate plasma today at your local CSL Plasma Center.
Tradition means values, and we want a banker who has the same philosophy. Traditional Bank is a Kentucky-based business, and that does mean a lot to a business that is based in Kentucky. They know what we're going through. They are always there for us, and that means more than anything else. My name is Allison. I choose Traditional Bank because of the personal service. Paddle on into Canoe, Kentucky.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. with health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable. They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something in school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do with it.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
The Martin family has been in the trucking industry for over 3 generations. My grandfather started this company selling salvage parts in the 1960s, and we're celebrating over 20 years as a Peterbilt dealer. Although we've grown and changed over the years, our focus has always been on you. We get it. When your truck's down, you're not making money. That's why we keep thousands of quality parts in stock so you can get back on the road as soon as possible. At Martin's Peterbilt, relationships matter, and that's why we've been around for generations. Come see us.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
It's going to be a great night for high school basketball here in Lexington. 42nd District Championship doubleheader. Henry Clay, Douglas girls up first. And then Bryan Station and Douglas for the main event. Chris LeBar alongside Rick Reams. And Rick, you talked to Coach Moberly. You also chatted with Coach Gerard. She's very energetic on a bad day, but tonight, boy, she's excited about this opportunity.
She's excited, and she talked about the fact that this is their home court, Chris. They do not want any team coming here and cutting their nets down. She said she has challenged her team to come out and play their game. I asked her specifically about Ayanna Darrington. What do you do with her? She said, you know what? You're going to play against players that have a lot of talent, but you've got to find their weakness. The thing I love the most, she said, though, Chris, is she puts her shoes on just like we do. She said the first game they were able to get her into foul trouble. They were able to block her off the board. She said the second game, they looked like they'd never blocked out in their lives, but they're ready to play tonight. She said she's excited to get her fans here and just a big atmosphere.
Blue Devils having a great year, 21-9, and boy, they look good on Wednesday. Bryan Station was never in that game, and they rebounded the ball well, and they're going to have to do it again tonight.
Yeah, I tell you what, because Douglas can come at you with a couple different players on the boards, and they're just going to have to block out. You've got to find your girl. You've got to block her out and make sure she does not get to that ball. You've got to want the ball more than your opponent does, and that is what Henry Clay's going to have to do tonight to keep Darrington and Jaylee Knowles off the boards.
Let's take a look at the keys to this game presented by Martin's Peterbilt of Central Kentucky. They strive to keep your trucks moving through outstanding parts availability and unmatched service. Certainly rebounding, very important. But also for Henry Clay, you feel like they have to get off to a hot start.
Yeah, what you can't do is you can't put yourself behind the figurative 8 ball here. You can't get down 8-10-0 because this Douglas team is almost impossible to come back against. You've got to handle their pressure. Douglas will start off from the opening tip with pressure all over the court. I said, Douglas, they've got to have run and fun. And what I'm talking about there, Chris, is play your game. Go out, get excited, have a lot of fun playing your game. Don't come out nervous. Don't come out with pressure. And then we talked about it. The boards are going to be where this game's going to be won. You're going to be the 42nd district champ. I truly believe it if you win the rebound battle tonight.
Lots of coverage, lots of analysis tonight. We'll have a bevy of interviews, coaches, players. We'll also chat with Philip Hawkins, head football coach at Bryan Station. We're going to catch up with a lot of folks. But right now we're going to turn our attention to this game. Henry Clay Douglas starting lineups and tip-off on the way back. Thanks for watching Glycod.com.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job.
Drive with the confidence and security of a pre-owned Kia from Cartown Kia. This incredible certification package is loaded with a 5-year, 60,000-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty, a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, 10 years of national roadside assistance, and 2 years of free maintenance. Choose from over 70 certified pre-owned Kias or over 1,000 vehicles of all makes and models. It's new car driving at used cars prices with certified pre-owned Kias from CartownKiaUSA.com.
I love Head Start. Children love Head Start, and you will too. Community Action Council's prep academies are hiring now. Head Start is an early childhood education program for children from birth to age 5. Help us give more children the Head Start advantage.
Teachers, what are you waiting for?
Join our team of dedicated education professionals. Apply online today at comaction.org. What are you waiting for?
I'm your overly competitive brother. Psych, and I'm about to steal this game from you, just like I stole Kelly Carter in high school, huh? Foul! And now you're ready to settle a score. Game over. And if you don't have the right home insurance coverage, well, you can end up paying for all this yourself. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem. Yeah, like me. Thanks, bro. Take a lap, rookie.
Contact Louisville and Lexington Allstate agent Thomas Allen for a quote today.
With Fast Signs, see the visual possibility in your business. See it in lights and flags, on a van, in metal, on the floor, in color. With signs and graphics, you can say anything, do anything, be anything. So make your statement. With your masterful team of visual marketing experts, anything is possible. Fast Signs, make your statement.
We first opened during the Great Depression, and we've been open for over 85 years now. Through everything that's come our way, we've stayed open by working to make life easier, better, and fresher. By making a real difference in the communities we serve. And by being the kind of place where your money always goes a little further. That's why we're open. Come see for yourself.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives. And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
While I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
From Glycod, it's IBEW Local 369 Central Kentucky High School Basketball. IBEW 369, power up your potential. Tonight's game is brought to you by Bluegrass Community and Technical College. Never underestimate you. CSL Plasma, do the amazing, help save lives. Meyer, higher standards, lower prices. Traditional Bank, because who you bank with matters. And by Community Action of Lexington, Martin's Peterbilt, Lexington Outdoor and Power Equipment, and Allstate Insurance Agent Thomas Allen. Now courtside for all the action from Glycod on IBEW Local 369 Central Kentucky High School Basketball.
Welcome back to Henry Clay High School. Time now for your starting lineups presented by Ruoff Mortgage. At Ruoff, their opening doors. The expected starters for Henry Clay, same 5 as they answer the bell with the other night. Ariana Sutton, Tamari Miller, Lydia Van Meter, Allison Stone, and Elizabeth Nelson. Stone leading Henry Clay at 12 points and 6 rebounds, and Tamari Miller averaging 11 but 18 on Wednesday versus Bryan Station. And Rick, she had a fantastic evening.
Yeah, I tell you what, just a really nice ball player. It's going to be interesting to see how she comes out tonight. Just a big atmosphere out here. Kind of interesting, Chris, in this game that Douglas is going to be the home team and Henry Clay, the home state and Henry Clay Blue Devils are the visitor team on the scoreboard. But I tell you what, I'm just excited to see this game.
Rhodes, Knowles, Baker, Bennett, Darrington, the expected Douglas starters. 15 and 11 for Ayana Nia Rhodes, 17 points, over 1,500 in her career. The officials, J.T. Taylor, the crew chief, will be joined by the likes of Wallace Brooks and Nick Conway. Both teams advance to the 11th region tournament, which will start on Monday. Quarterfinal action for both teams. The winner will get a home game.
That's a big, huge advantage to start that region with a home.
So the Broncos and Blue Devils underway, and just like that, Jaylene Knowles puts it in after the Maxwell pass.
Yeah, I tell you what, a set play off the opening tip. That's when you have confidence that Darrington can get that tip.
And a deflection out of bounds, and Douglas off to a really hot start as they lead 2-0.
We talked about the fact that Henry Clay has to get out to a fast start. Gave up a basket early, and Baker did not see that play come in. Knowles with the block, a huge, huge turnaround.
Here's Jaylene Knowles weaving her way in. That ball poked away from behind as Tamari Miller out with it. And a foul from behind. It will be on Douglas's Ayana Darrington, and that certainly bodes well for Henry Clay as they try to challenge her.
Yeah, I tell you what, just a back tap. That was not a really great foul, but boy, I tell you what, if you're Henry Clay, Tamari Miller's coming up really slow there. I think she hit her elbow. Let's hope it's just kind of a funny bone injury there, and we'll be able to get back in this game. So it's going to be Henry Clay's ball underneath, but just 2 turnovers there by Douglas. Couldn't get the ball in the basket, and Henry Clay got a foul on who they wanted, Darrington.
So the Blue Devils underneath as Henry Clay going to go to their bench, and a very quick sub.
Yeah, Miller again, they're going to let the trainer take a look at her and see. It looks like she's holding that wrist just a little bit.
Jaden Jeffers checks in. Foul line jumper, that's a little bit off from Ariana Sutton, and Nia Rhodes claims the rebound for Douglas. Rhodes a step back 3, and the rebound procured by Sutton. As the Broncos lead early 2-0, Allie Stone, and that ball pinballed off of Stone. I believe Darrington also involved, and possession to Frederick Douglass.
We talked about the fact Darrington runs the court so well, Chris. She was able to get that tip there, get that ball out of bounds, but she does not. She's not one that's just going to stay on that offensive end. She gets back down the court quickly.
Jaylene Knowles weaving it to Kate Baker as the Broncos, we'll see how they do in the half court. As Henry Clay going to double Darrington. Maxwell short from three-point range, and the rebound brought down by the Blue Devils. That was Elizabeth Nelson.
Yeah, good defense there by the Blue Devils.
Now Sutton backing her way in. Stone idling at the foul line. Nice movement. Nelson draining it from the baseline.
Good job there, because that's going to pull Darrington out there. If she's going to guard her, she's going to have to guard that outside shot, and that opens the middle up for this Henry Clay team. So really good start.
Elizabeth Nelson only averages 4 a night. Baker on the bounce. And a foul whistled on Sutton as Baker been much more aggressive in the postseason. Had a couple of threes on Tuesday evening.
Really good play there. What she did there was she waited for her screen to come, but instead of taking it to the left to go to the screen, she went to the right, took it to the basket. It's going to get to the free throw line. A smart play by her.
And Baker off the mark. Kate on the season, 39%. Check that, a 59% free throw shooter.
I was going to say, Chris, as you get deeper in the tournament, in the region and everything else, you've got to make free throws. Those can really come back and bite you.
Yeah, Sutton over to Knowles for Douglas, and Darrington with the steal as she'll trickle it in the corner off. I'm not sure if Sutton got a hand on that, but it will belong to the Broncos.
You've seen already, Ariana Darrington had a deflection and a steal now. Right now, they're going to play her up. They got to have some help for her.
Darrington,
Nice
it sure was, as Knowles cuts in and draws a foul. And that's a part of Darrington's game that's so solid, her ability to pass the ball.
You know, Chris, that's one thing you see, especially in the girls' game. There's a lot of girls that can score a lot of points, but she's an all-around player. I've already talked about her defensive proclivity down there, and now for that offensive pass, just a really smart player.
Broncos now 1 of 3 from the foul line as Knowles' free throw rattles off. And 1 of 4 after the Henry Clay rebound. And Knowles has been a factor on defense as she swipes it away from Allie Stone.
If you've not seen Knowles play, keep that name in mind because she's a sophomore. She's going to be a really, really highly recruited player.
Rhodes step back jumper. And this one will go for Nia. Now 1 of 2 from the floor to start. And Douglas on top 5-2.
Yeah, Nia Rhodes, really that step back is really, really consistent.
Miller weaving it around as Stone. As Henry Clay tries to answer. Nice cut in traffic by Miller, comes up empty. And dug out of there by Kate Baker of Douglas. And it will belong to the Broncos after the deflection out by Allie Stone.
Yeah, Allie Stone did a really good job there, really timed that really well, was able to break up that break opportunity. And it looks like right now Henry Clay's going to take a 30-second timeout.
Broncos with a quick 30 will step aside. More coverage from the 42nd District Championship night on Glycod.
Paramedics do the incredible. They help save lives. And so can you. By donating at CSL Plasma. Your plasma donation can help create 24 critical life-saving medicines. And you can be rewarded for your generosity. Every plasma donation can do so much for so many. Do the amazing. Help save lives. Donate plasma today at your local CSL Plasma Center.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
Bronco possession, side court, 5-2. Nearly 3 minutes have elapsed. Ayanna Darrington with an early foul as well for Frederick Douglass. And Nia Rhodes up top, and the challenge that she poses for any on-ball defender.
Really good job there, staying in front of her.
Here comes the double team, forcing Darrington left, spins back off the heel. The putback won't. There's Maxwell cleaning it up, and Douglas doing what they do so well.
That's what we talked about. The key is continue to stay on the boards on both ends. 3 opportunities here, and they get the ball underneath. I tell you what, Coach Gerards can't be pleased with that.
Broncos inbound rifle to Rhodes. A corner 3 is perfect. Her 81st triple of the season.
Beautiful play there. Fake the pass into Darrington, find Rhodes for the 3, and almost automatic from out there.
In an early important stretch here for Henry Clay as they're down 6. There's Miller. Strong drive to the basket, and that's the second, it appears, on Ayanna Darrington.
You can tell Coach Moberly is not pleased with that fact. That's exactly what Henry Clay wanted to do. You take it right at Darrington. She can block shots, but she stepped off to the side there, got the block call. It was a good call. Now let's see if Coach Moberly pulls her out or not. Looks like right now he's going to leave her in with 2 early fouls.
So Miller 10 of 11 from the foul line Wednesday. So we take a look at this replay preceding the foul call. Well,
yeah, nice pass in there. Just they ran a pick to Darrington right up the middle, faked that off her. Rose broke open for the wide open 3. They did take Darrington out with those 2 fouls. Be interesting to see if and when they put her back in this first half.
Kaylee Bennett up top for the Broncos. Over now, Kate Baker. And a nice overplay and near steal by Ariana Sutton. And Bennett will travel on the backside.
So when Douglas brings Bennett in, it just changes your lineup a little bit. Knowles moves to the inside where Darrington was. Bennett plays outside. Really, really fast player. That time she got a little bit ahead of herself.
And Henry Clay going to have a held ball, the arrow in favor of the Blue Devils.
Yeah, it's one thing you don't want to do. You don't want to get trapped in those corners, Chris. That's what Douglas loves to do, is lead you to the corners.
There's Miller twisting and turning, and this is a foul on Jaylee Knowles.
Yeah, well, having a lot of early fouls. Actually, they called that one on Maya Maxwell there, kind of reach in underneath the basket. But Douglas already has 4 fouls. The next foul would be shooting 2 free throws the rest of the quarter.
Inbound in the seam, and that shot swirls out of there. That was Sutton that could not connect. And McKaylee Bennett finding Baker up top. 4.5 minutes deep in quarter one. Broncos doubling up Henry Clay. And without Darrington, you certainly have to figure Rhodes is the focal point on offense.
Absolutely, and right now everything, they've moved everyone out of the middle, and she just took it.
Allie Stone, number 10, collects the Henry Clay rebound as they try to reduce this lead.
If I'm Henry Clay's defense, I will take that shot. She may hit it, but it's a difficult shot for her out there. Got the rebound, and now take it down to the offensive end.
Underneath Miller. And a strong take and a travel before the Maxwell foul, and possession over to the Broncos.
One of those interesting calls, Chris. Could have been a hook there, and then could have been a foul, and they called the walk, but all 3 of those things happened. So, again, Douglas with the opportunity to increase this lead.
Kate Baker finding Rhodes in the corner. And Bennett turns the corner and draws a foul on 5'5", 7th grader Tamia Wade.
I tell you what, Bennett, she's really good going downhill, and she did a great job getting to the basket. Now they got to hit their free throws, Chris. You talked about it early on. Can't put the ball in the basket from the free throw line.
Yeah, 1 of 4 to start as Bennett knocks one in. McKaylee, 64% free throw shooter on the year, and her role has certainly grown throughout her sophomore year.
I like the way she plays and the fact that she can do whatever they need her to do. If she needs to handle the ball, she can do that, or she can play the wing.
Bounces it over Nelson and looked like deflected out by the Broncos as Henry Clay going to go to their bench momentarily.
Really good deflection there by Jaylee Knowles. That's one thing both Knowles and Darrington do a really good job of getting deflections.
Amari Sims is on for the Blue Devils, and she'll touch it now, trying to body up Bennett, and Baker able to keep it in play. Rhodes idling baseline and going to draw some attention there and cough it up out of bounds.
Yeah, really good back tap there, and was able to knock it off of Rhodes.
Lob pass and an overplay, and Maxwell's been a focal point on defense to start this game. And a great find, and Bennett could not complete it.
Great job, great pass there. You know, Bennett on that one, she went with her left hand, but she could have gone right-handed, her strong hand.
And Henry Clay is going to go to the foul line. Looked like a foul whistled on McKaylee Bennett. It's only the 4th foul, apparently no free throws, so Blue Devil ball underneath.
Changed the scoreboard on us after the last one. Yeah, Bennett, sometimes that happens. You miss that shot on one end, try to make up for it, get the foul. Nice inbounds play, but there's Knowles with the tap.
Sims puts it in. Amari Sims and the Broncos going to call a timeout. 4-point lead will keep things here, and Amari Sims with a big early putback for Henry Clay.
Really good job. Good inbounds play. Couldn't get the basket, but got the offensive rebound. And Coach Moberly was not pleased with that at all. That's why he called that timeout. Talking to his girls right now about the fact that they need to block out and get things going. But right now, Chris, I mean, Henry Clay, we talked about the fact they needed to come off to a fast start. They have not, but they've been able to limit Douglas from getting that real quick start. So this 10-6 game, if you're Henry Clay, you feel okay where you are right now, especially with Darrington having 2 fouls and not in this game. Love the fact also that we have Henry Clay and Douglas's band have joined together tonight.
That's great.
Yeah,
That's great.
Matt Skaggs, a personal friend of mine who leads the Douglas band. I mean, it's great. I love to see the high school kids getting together and doing this.
That's wonderful. You got the three schools so close, and Henry Clay would host this boys game, which hosting their two largest rivals as well. So a lot of community here this evening.
Absolutely.
As Kate Baker into forecourt. Rhodes off the mark and out of bounds on the backside, and Henry Clay will possess the ball late in this first quarter.
That's one thing with Rhodes with that outside shot. There was no one underneath to get those rebounds, so you got to try to make some moves to get to that basket.
Nice strong take. Sutton off with the left, and Sims kept it alive momentarily. Feeds Tamari Miller. Miller to the basket, and a Bronco foul.
So what, Miller does a really good job of getting to the basket. She's able to get there pretty much anytime she wants. Really good job taking it there. Couldn't quite get an opportunity for the old-fashioned three-point play, but really good move by her.
So Tamari Miller, an outstanding night. We told you about 18 versus Station on Wednesday.
Really nice touch at the free throw line.
So free throws, an early discrepancy in this game. Frederick Douglass 1 out of 5 unofficially, and that ball ripped away in a held ball. The arrow, Frederick Douglass.
Yeah, Douglas has come in with some subs. Gregonis has come in the game, so interesting to see what direction they go in. I think right now, really content to kind of hold the ball. They've had some really good out-of-bounds plays. Let's see if they can get a good shot off this one.
Rifled into Rhodes. As Naya swerves it over to Baker. And Tamia Wade going to shadow Baker. Knowles, a nice crafty move and a foul.
Really good job there. Got baseline, then made one step to the side to not get the charge, put the ball in the basket. Now get to the free throw line and hit your free throws here. Give your team a 5-point lead.
That's a high-level play by a very talented freshman.
Gets the roll on that free throw.
So Knowles now with 5, scored the first 2 and the last 3 for Douglas.
Douglas is coming out in the zone.
.50 seconds remaining as Miller trapped in the corner. Entry Sims. Off from the doorstep. Nelson cleaned it up, and Henry Clay's going to get another chance. There's Tamari Miller shifting her way underneath, and the foul whistled on Douglas's Miami King.
Yeah, with that one, I tell you what, you have to use the inline, Chris, as your third defender there. You've got to get your foot on the other side and do not let her get that baseline.
So Miller, 4 for her first 4. 4-5 from the foul line as Henry Clay down an early 5 count.
Against this Douglas team, you don't want to waste any opportunities to get the ball in the basket, especially with the clock stopped.
And the clock continuing to run. We've had some issues this week at the scores table, and there definitely were some uninterrupted seconds, and apparently no time going to be put on. So no harm, no foul.
There you go. If you're the scorekeeper, you do not want the referee to blow his whistle and look at you.
It's Reagan Gregonis coming off a career high on Tuesday. Lobs it intended for King. Hit the lower portion of the backboard, and here comes Henry Clay. Sims with a grab and basket.
Great pass. Good job by Sims to get the ball in the basket.
Amari Sims with 4. Baker swerves in and answers, and that's going to close the first quarter. Henry Clay trailing Frederick Douglass 15-11. We'll have the second quarter for you next, coming up on Glycod.
Let's get real. We offer a lot of the same courses you'll find at a four-year college. But with our small classes and personal attention, you won't get lost in the crowd. College for the real world. College for your world.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job. You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
Back with Rick Reams. I'm Chris Labar, live at Henry Clay High School. 42nd district title game. Douglas leading Henry Clay after 1:15-11, but Ayanna Darrington, 2 early fouls.
Yeah, she's going to sit out a while longer. And one thing I want to talk about, Chris, Kate Baker is so smooth out there. She was able to take that ball with 5 seconds all the way down the court, get the left-handed layup to get some points before the quarter ended. But, yeah, let's see if they can continue to keep Darrington out and keep the lead.
Douglas in his zone as Knowles will be at the face. Sims in the soft spot and looking for her shot early.
Great job. Find her in the middle. She was able, as you said, turn, went right to the basket. Really, really good offensive set against that zone.
Sims averages 5 on the year. She's got 6 early. And a foul up top on the collaboration on Henry Clay as they try to bother Rhodes.
Yeah, with that one really kind of came tight. Go ahead and double team her there. Don't reach in and slap and get that foul. Kind of bailed her out on that one.
Lydia Van Meter back on for Henry Clay as Sutton will depart. Pretty competitive game early. Rose on the exchange. Elbow jumper swirls off. And Knowles called for over the top.
Yep, going to get her on that one. Right now, I tell you what, they're having a little tough time getting in the basket. Nia Rhodes, she just hasn't been able to hit tonight. But I tell you what, Chris, she can turn it on. But, boy, I tell you what, if I am Douglas, I'm trying to stop this ball getting in the middle because Henry Clay's having a lot of success getting it right in the middle in the teeth of this zone.
Miller finds Sims. Now Van Meter arcs a 3, and that is her specialty.
That's her game. Really good look by Sims. Get it out to your shooter and let her put it in the basket.
Her 43rd made 3, and Henry Clay with their first lead. And Sims on the deflection, but Knowles swipes it back and puts it in.
Boy, what a change of events there. Right there, Henry Clay had a steal. He's going to take it the other way, but Knowles, quick hands, got the deflection and put it in the basket.
Jaylee Knowles with 7, leading score for Douglas as they take the 1-point lead in a teeter-totter. That's Baker and Sims tangled up in the Euro. Frederick Douglass.
Baker's always around the basketball, able to get her hands in there, get the steal, and get the tie-up for a change of possession for Douglas.
That's Gregonis. Nice on-ball defense by Van Meter. Gregonis gets to her spot anyway and lays it in.
Great job. That left hand was able to get in there. A little floater there. Beautiful defense, but boy, made her pay getting by it and put it in the basket.
Gregonis 6 points, season high versus Henry Clay earlier this year. That was eclipsed with 10 points versus Scott County on Tuesday.
Right now, Douglas has gone back to their man-to-man.
And Knowles going to try to badger Miller up top, just inside the arc. Knowles with a rebound. Jaylee takes it and foul back, preventing the easy bucket from Tamari Miller.
Yeah, Knowles does a really, I tell you what, she's got those long legs, and she's able to get down the court really quick. She's going to get to the free throw line. Really good job there.
Well, who would step up with Darrington in foul trouble. Jaylene Knowles has certainly answered the call.
We watched her last year as an 8th grader kind of grow into her form. She started off kind of feeling like she didn't really belong out there, but boy, she changed that towards the end of the year into the state tournament, and now this year, I can't wait to see her play the next couple of years.
Knowles 1 of 3 from the foul line. And the lead back up to 4. And the Broncos with the press across to Lydia Van Meter. Lob Sims. And a wonderful pass, but the shot could not go in from Jaden Jeffers. How about that grab by Miami King? Nice. And Henry Clay, if they hurry, they'll have numbers.
Yeah, King's on the other end of the court.
There's Jeffers against her opposite number. Baker off the rim, but a foul. The second of the quarter on the Broncos.
Yeah, really nice spin move there. Get that ball up. Didn't get in the basket, but it gets to the free throw line by Jeffers.
Jaden Jeffers, a very integral part of Coach Gerard's bench. She was the first to sub in this evening, 5'7" sophomore. And you look up and down this Henry Clay roster, and they do have some experience, but they also have a lot of youth coming off the bench, and that bodes well for the future.
Exactly, and you want to have a mixture of both if you're going to be a solid team. That's what Henry Clay, I talked to Coach Gerard about her senior girls. She said it took them a while this year to figure out that they were seniors and they were leaders, but they're there now.
Off the mark, so 2 missed opportunities there, and the rebound fielded by Gregonis. Baker tries to steer it in and does.
Great job by Gregonis. Bring it all the way down, get it in the middle, and then pass it back out to a wide open Baker.
Baker, her 34th made 3 of the year. Lead back to 7. Here's Wade veering baseline and rolls it home.
Nice move by Wade to get that ball in the basket. Kate Baker just had to kind of let her go by her.
Under 5 minutes in a very exciting first half. Nevia Major is on the 8th grader, tried to feed the post, and Douglas lucky to hang on to it as it's deflected out.
Yeah, she threw that ball about 70 miles an hour, so she pointed at her chest, said it was her fault. She's going to kind of get in the flow of the game here. She'll be all right.
Broncos to inbound. As Knowles splits traffic and comes up empty. Gregonis with a reach, and she'll be cited for a foul.
Yeah, that's one of those where I know you think you're getting all ball on that, but it's almost impossible for those referees not to call that as you reach around and slap that ball.
And Henry Clay and the inbound underneath coming up at halftime. We hope to chat with one of the participant coaches in the boys encounter. A little bit later tonight, we'll connect with Bryan Station head football coach Philip Hawkins. We'll chat with the winning coach of this girls' game and much, much more. Going to be a fun night at Henry Clay High School. Strong take. King got a hand on that ball, changing the shot, and Rose out with it for the Broncos. Lob to Jaylene Knowles. And a whistle and a foul. Perhaps a late whistle, but a good call, it appeared from up here.
It was definitely a foul, but I was like you, Chris. I thought that foul was called a little bit late, and Coach Gerard agrees with both of us. She didn't like the call. If you're going to call it right off the bat.
So Jaylene Knowles certainly been the aggressor for Douglas. Back to the foul line, she'll march.
Coach Moberly has to be pleased, at least at this point, to still have the lead and not have to put Darrington back in, trying to keep him get her that 3rd foul in the 2nd quarter. And right now, with a 6-point lead, he's got to be okay with her sitting out.
Knowles with 9. And the first to reach double figures for either team. Broncos have led by 7 on 3 occasions, and a turnover rifled through Allie Stone.
I love to watch Coach Gerard over there. She just shook her head and rolled her eyes. And it's one of those things. What are you going to say, Chris? It's just you can't have unforced errors against this Douglas team.
Under 4 now. Reagan Gregonis Finding Baker. Now Baker lofts it in the lane. And the rebound snatched by Jaden Jeffers.
Jeffers doing a good job on both ends of the court.
Elizabeth Nelson around the horn. Back to Allie Stone, their leading scorer at 12, but yet to score tonight. Van Meter did not get the roll. It's going to trickle off of Miami King and belong to Henry Clay.
Yeah, that long three there just weren't able to, Douglas was not able to get it, so Henry Clay gets the ball underneath. They've had really good success with these out-of-bounds play and get another wide-open shot right at the L there.
Jaden Jeffers, her first field goal. Just over 3 minutes in this second quarter. Now Gregonis finds Rhodes. Off with a three. And the rebound, that's Wade going to lead the break. What will she do with it? Van Meter trailing, got the rebound, and the arrow stays with the Blue Devils.
Good job there on defense by Kate Baker. Didn't foul, just as you said, Chris, kind of got in her way. Wasn't able to get to the basket. And Douglas is going to come back in with the starter, Maxwell.
Ryan Maxwell, as Gregonis gave the Broncos a lift during her time, and she'll shuttle out.
Another successful inbounds play. Their inbounds underneath the basket they're 100% tonight on that, Chris.
Well, that's a credit to Coach Gerard. Yeah. Inbound plays, coaches love those.
Absolutely. And you got to work over and over and over to get those just right, and they have all night tonight.
And the lead reduced just like that to 3. Maxwell finding Rhodes up top. Twisting, turning, floating.
She's kind of like the microwave out there. Johnson, if you get her hot, she can go off for a lot of points quickly.
It was good on-ball defense, though, as well.
Absolutely.
Lead back to 5. And near steal by Baker. Jeffers. Now nudged underneath. Stone. Nelson caught it down low. Now Van Meter. Up and in.
Yeah, the three-point shooter says, I can take it in the lane also. Nice floater and runner by Van Meter.
You sensed a little indecision there for just a split second. And the lead back to 3. Knowles to the bucket and a foul.
The thing I love about Knowles as a freshman, she knew when Darrington went out, someone was going to have to step up. And she's pretty much said, give me the ball. And she's done a great, great job of getting to the basket, into the free throw line. Chris, this gym is starting to fill up. This is going to be packed tonight.
Well, it's certainly going to be the ticket here in North Lexington this evening.
I saw a sign when I walked in, I guess from the other night, that said the building is full, no more admittance. And boy, if you've been around high school basketball the last couple of years, it's so great to see this coming back.
Knowles 1 of 2 from the foul line. And Henry Clay, they trailed by 4 after 1, same margin now. Latter stages of this second quarter. Sims on the entry. Good defense by King, or was it?
They called her on the push. I tell you what,
I think she thought they were going to call a travel.
Yeah, she did. She did a smart thing. She hit her with her leg, and then that went from there. Another inbounds play to get it out to Van Meter for the 3. Oh, that one's a little bit off. King with a good rebound. Stepped out of bounds. A really good call, but good job there getting on the boards. So, again, Henry Clay's going to have it underneath. They've had so much success. That was the first one they didn't score off of, very easy. So, right now they're going to do it again. Get into their offense.
Here's Stone facing up, finding Van Meter in the corner. Nice cut by Stone. That was a good set, just did not net points.
Yeah, good give and go, great shot. Just rolled around that basket. Didn't get the friendly roll here at home.
And we'll see what Douglas does with remnants in this half.
Van Meter staying on Rhodes. They do not want Rhodes to get the ball.
Baker. Now King. And a Henry Clay foul. It looks like it'll be their 5th team foul. So 2 free throws for the Broncos.
Yeah, with them going into 2 free throws now instead of a 1 in the bonus, it changes the game up a lot.
Miami King, 5'9" sophomore. Her role has also expanded in the last month or so of the year. Those are 2 big points for Douglas.
And that's what you want. You want your players peaking at this time. The younger players, it's kind of like they say about freshmen. They're no longer freshmen at this point of the year. These girls on Douglas, they're no longer newcomers. They're veterans out here playing.
Van Meter, perfect.
Nice inside-out offense there. Exactly what Henry Clay wanted. Big, get this lead to 3 right now.
She's got a great-looking shot.
She does. Really, really good.
So the lead at 3, 14 in the half. That's Nia Rhodes.
Get that ball away. I'd get everyone away from Nia Rhodes and let her go. She's got 5 seconds. She's going to have to go fast.
Stone on her. Here comes the screen. Rhodes, lob, Maxwell. Well done, but no basket. And that's going to take us to half. A very entertaining first pair of quarters. A good ball game here. Frederick Douglass 30, Henry Clay 27. We'll step aside. More coverage from Glycod.com right after this.
Children love Head Start, and you will too. Community Action Council's prep academies are hiring now. Head Start is an early childhood education program for children from birth to age 5. Help us give more children the Head Start advantage.
Teacher, what are you waiting for?
Join our team of dedicated education professionals. Apply online today at comaction.org. What are you waiting for?
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives and led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time while I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
With Fast Signs, see the visual possibility in your business. See it in lights and flags, on a van, in metal, on the floor, in color. With signs and graphics, you can say anything, do anything, be anything. So make your statement. With your masterful team of visual marketing experts, anything is possible. Fast Signs. Make your statement.
Research has shown high school sports to be a great community influence. Join scores of local businesses that have partnered with Glycod in sponsoring live, hometown-oriented sports programming on our video and social media platforms. For more information, email info@glycod.com.
Tradition means values, and we want a banker who has the same philosophy. Traditional Bank is a Kentucky-based business, and that does mean a lot to a business that is based in Kentucky. They know what we're going through. They are always there for us, and that means more than anything else. My name is Allison. I choose Traditional Bank because of the personal service. Paddle on into Canoe, Kentucky.
Tonight's halftime report is brought to you by IBEW Local 369. Find out about their apprenticeship and training programs that help you earn while you learn at IBEWLocal369.com. IBEW Local 369. Power up your potential.
Back live at Henry Clay High School. Good ball game at the half. Frederick Douglass over Henry Clay 30-27. I'm Chris LaBar alongside Rick Reams. Some individual scoring in this game. It's Been a very solid performance by Henry Clay's Lydia Van Meter. Van Meter with 8, including 2 for 4 from three-point range. Amari Sims, 6 points in 6 minutes off the bench. 5 points for Tamari Miller. For Frederick Douglass, they are led by Jaylee Knowles. She's got 11 points on 5 of 9 from the free throw line. Nia Rhodes with 7. Kate Baker has 6. And perhaps of equal importance, Ayanna Darrington has 2 early fouls. And Darrington only played 3.5 minutes in the first half. So the strategy for Henry Clay, certainly challenge Darrington, make her perhaps use her hands a little bit more on defense, and it's worked. And Henry Clay is clearly in this game as they trail the Broncos at the half, 30-27. We'll step aside. We'll have the halftime numbers for you presented by Traditional Bank, and we'll have it for you in just a couple of minutes. This is Glycod.com.
The reason I went to Traditional Bank, I just felt at peace. The atmosphere was different.
Anytime we need anything, Traditional Bank's always there for us. Can't say enough about them.
Tradition to me means integrity. That's what our product's based on. Just the way I did it 25 years ago, we're doing it now on a mass scale.
My name's Curtis Mackley, and I choose Traditional Bank because of the relationship we have formed with them and their integrity. Welcome to Mingy Beef Jerky.
Gen Z is a stall generation. The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital. I put out a forest fire. I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives and led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
The Martin family has been in the trucking industry for over 3 generations. My grandfather started this company selling salvage parts in the 1960s, and we're celebrating over 20 years as a Peterbilt dealer. Although we've grown and changed over the years, our focus has always been on you. We get it. When your truck's down, you're not making money. That's why we keep thousands of quality parts in stock so you can get back on the road as soon as possible. At Martin's Peterbilt, relationships matter, and that's why we've been around for generations. Come see us.
We first opened during the Great Depression, and we've been open for over 85 years now. Through everything that's come our way, we've stayed open by working to make life easier, better, and fresher. By making a real difference in the communities we serve. And by being the kind of place where your money always goes a little further. That's why we're open. Come see for yourself.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job. You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
Look at your first half stats presented by Traditional Bank. Who you bank with matters. Both teams, Rick, connecting on a pair of threes. And you talked about the importance of rebounding, and Henry Clay +6.
Yeah, I tell you what, I talked about the fact that I thought whoever won the rebound battle would win this game. And right now, Henry Clay has to be pleased with where they are. Now, let's throw one caveat in there. Darrington was not in except for the first couple minutes of the game after getting 2 fouls. So we'll see how that goes in the second half. But right now, Henry Clay really down 3 points, up 6 on the boards right now, has to be pleased with where they are. And if you're Douglas, you go at the other option. You said, look, we're up 3 points. We've not had Darrington in the game except for about 4 minutes in the first quarter, and we got the lead here. Let's see if we can extend this out quickly in the third quarter.
Henry Clay has been the aggressor at times, with the exception of Douglas's Jaylee Knowles, and you have to feel like they're going to try more of that in the second half.
Yeah, they really haven't had an answer to Knowles. She's been able to kind of get wherever she wants to, and the interesting thing is when they bring Darrington back in, Knowles actually has more freedom because she can be outside more and make more moves to the basket. Had a really good defensive and offensive end there for Knowles.
An exciting announcement for Glycod. We'll have the 11th Region selection show tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. You can join us. We'll have a live stream of the boys and girls pairings, interviews, analysis, as well as all brackets for all regions determined this weekend. And Rick, both these teams, I think, regardless of outcome tonight, have momentum moving into the postseason.
Yeah, both these teams have to feel good about where they are. And, I said the fact you want to win this game, you do, but this is the time of year, Chris, the one game you can lose and not go home is tonight. So you can't get too low if you lose. You also can't get too high if you win, because you got to keep on playing. The end goal is Rupp Arena.
Thanks so much to Martin's Peterbilt for their support of Glycod.com. Now a word from them, and then we'll have live basketball from Henry Clay in just a second.
The Martin family has been in the trucking industry for over 3 generations. My grandfather started this company selling salvage parts in the 1960s, and we're celebrating over 20 years as a Peterbilt dealer. Although we've grown and changed over the years, our focus has always been on you. We get it. When your truck's down, you're not making money. That's why we keep thousands of quality parts in stock so you can get back on the road as soon as possible. At Martin's Peterbilt, relationships matter, and that's why we've been around for generations. Come see us.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
Frederick Douglass by 3. They led by 4 after 1. And the very persistent and solid Henry Clay Blue Devils, toe-to-toe thus far with the Broncos.
Been a great game. We thought this would be a great game. We talked about the fact what a solid effort the other night by Henry Clay to beat Bryan Station, and then Douglas came out, had a pretty easy game against Scott County. But I would be surprised if either of these teams are able to blow the other one out, and so far that's been the case.
So Bronco ball again, Ayanna Darrington with 2 fouls, and just like that, the Broncos pick up one early.
Yeah, very, very smart play there by Allie Stone. Was able to kind of lock up against their defender, against Maxwell there, and Maxwell just pushed her. It was a great call, knocked her to the ground, but that's what you want, get that ball back.
Be the second foul on Maxwell, and Henry Clay will possess it to begin this third quarter.
Douglas back out in their 1-2-2 zone.
And a lot of responsibility on Jaylee Knowles' shoulders with that defense. Miller uncorks a corner 3.
Really good offensive set there. Very, very patient. Moved it around until they found the shot they wanted and put it in the basket.
Tamari Miller, 27% three-point shooter, swishes that one. Tied at 30. Lob to Darrington. Reversal, Maxwell left it short, and the rebound vacuumed in by Allie Stone. Henry Clay looking for their first lead.
Boy, it just could be a really huge momentum swing first off.
Nice extra pass. Miller tees it up again.
Really huge start for Henry Clay here. If you're Douglas, you may have to go out of that zone.
Maxwell idling left. DJ Moberly wants a foul, and now Darrington tripped, and there will be a whistle and a foul against Henry Clay.
Yeah, you can tell Douglas is really looking to get that ball into Darrington. Sometimes is forcing it in there a little bit. Henry Clay on that last series where they got the turnover were able to double team her and get that ball out.
Here's Darrington, too deep that time.
Yeah, you can't let her catch that ball in there. And, Chris, we talked about it. Jaylee Knowles with the pass.
Just over 6 is Miller. Denied. I think Baker had something to do with that.
Really?
Jaylee Knowles to her companion, Kate Baker. Baker, a 3. Perfect!
Henry Clay gets the lead and then gives up 5 straight points.
Now, Baker's defensive play started it only appropriate. She made the 3 as well. Cutting is Sutton. Finger rolls it short. Knowles collecting for the Broncos as the pace picking up in this third quarter. That one's off the mark. And here comes Sutton. Will she be denied to the basket? Got her own. Van Meter arcs it up. Off the baseline. Douglas ball.
They did a good job coming out to Van Meter there. But, Chris, one thing about a shooter, she's going to keep on shooting. An air ball does not stop Van Meter from getting that ball and shooting again. She knows she can make those shots.
Kate Baker and Jaylee Knowles have had huge roles in this game for the Broncos. Maxwell rifles it to Rhodes.
Really trying to body Darrington.
Amari Sims is on, and she'll bother Darrington and pick up the foul.
Yeah, Sims is in there. She's got a lot of size on her, not as much height, but she's able to body up Darrington and did a really good job there. Got the call, but I think that was really good defense by her.
Baker inbounding, funneling it to Jaylee Knowles. That one's in for Naya.
Yeah, Naya, I tell you what, she can really get heated up here and taking the lead. Big lead now.
Rhodes with 10. Broncos have answered the bell. Darrington on the punch back. Knowles in transition. And the Broncos with an and one.
Yeah, I tell you what, really turned it on. Henry Clay really had a great first start to this quarter, but right now, Douglas is really just doing whatever they want on both ends of the court. A great block there by Darrington on the other end.
Henry Clay wants a 30-second timeout. The Broncos on a run. They lead by 7. More coverage in just a minute from Glycod.
Let's get real. You could go to work right after high school, but spend a little time with us and we'll give you a better chance to do more, be more, and earn more. College for the real world. College for your world.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
Frederick Douglass answering the bell. Henry Clay took the lead. And just like that, the Broncos lead by 7 with Knowles heading to the free throw line.
Really, really good. Like I said, a great start by Henry Clay. They were able to kind of move around, but all of a sudden Douglas got going. And I think you talked about it, Chris. Kate Baker with that one defensive play kind of changed the momentum of this. And from there, Douglas has just taken off.
Jaylee Knowles, 14 points unofficially as the lead bumped to 8.
Full court pressure by Douglas after that made free throw.
Sutton inches it in the post. Sims, a strong take, and Darrington the length, but Sims will complete.
Great job sticking to that. Got your shot blocked, get that ball back, and put it in the basket.
Sims with 8 points. She's a find for this Henry Clay offense.
Yeah, and on the defensive end, she's having to stay with Darrington right now, doing a good job.
Knowles off the mark, and the rebound secured by Lydia Van Meter. Outlet Sims. Finding Sutton. Stone arcs one up. Knew it immediately, but Sims got the rebound. Stone follows, and there's Darrington.
Boy, just huge opportunity for Henry Clay. Couldn't put it in the basket.
Oh, and Baker and Rhodes not on the same page.
Yeah, I think Rhodes thought that ball was going to be tipped, so she just kind of moved away from it. And a really good job there by Stone not to touch that ball and get the turnover.
It's been a very well played and fun game.
Really has been high level game right here, as you expect from these two teams.
Ariana Sutton tees one up. Oh my, well off the mark.
Yeah, if you're Henry Clay right now, you don't have to settle for those shots. You can keep on playing your offense. They've done a really good job getting threes out of their offense. Right now it's going to be interesting. They went ahead, took Sims out, going to get her a little bit of a break, but they're going to see now if they can handle Darrington with someone else on her, a little smaller player against her.
Yes, Kate Baker inches it to Jaylee Knowles. Knowles with a stride on Wade and then travels.
Yeah, that's a really good move, but she just kind of got her feet tripped up against each other and just fell, and a good call there on the travel. It wasn't a foul at all.
As Tamia Wade back over to Sutton for Henry Clay.
Coach Gerard's wanting to move the offense over to this side of the court.
That's a three in again for Tamari Miller.
Miller's feeling it right now. If someone's that hot, you just got to go ahead and get her the ball and let her go, and I think that's what Coach Gerard was saying.
2:53 left and another foul. I think that's the second one this quarter on Maxwell away from the ball.
Yeah, that one you've got to come to a complete stop, set that pick, and then also you can't lean out. If that player moves around you, you got to stand still. So a good call there again.
There's a Wade three and a tie game just like that.
Yeah, Henry Clay's pushed this back out. Really a good job coming back from that deficit.
And a foul on Tamari Miller. She'll try to deny Knowles on the way to the basket.
You know, Knowles, we talked about it, and I know I sound like a broken record, but she does such a good job of penetrating, putting the ball on the floor and getting to the basket, getting where she wants to go. Big three on the other end there.
So Jaylee Knowles, 2 more free throws. Now 5 of 10 from the foul line.
Really got to put these in here. You cannot leave any points on the board. This is a tight game.
And the Broncos now lead it. Just 2:31 in this third quarter. And a foul on the Broncos as Henry Clay advantageous in transition.
Yeah, again, just trying to get back on defense there and called the, I think it's third or fourth foul here on Maya Maxwell. Fourth foul.
Allie Stone will tie the game. Stone, the top Henry Clay foul shooter at over 80%, 81 officially.
Henry Clay also has brought Sims back in the game.
And McKaylee Bennett will snare the rebound in a tie game. Lob pass Sims. Bothersome Darrington rips it from her.
Oh.
And Darrington with great effort and a held ball. Possession. Henry Clay.
Yeah, Darrington was very lucky that time. That pass she really aggressive on that. Did get the call. That's all right. Looks like Henry Clay's almost going a little bit offense for defense right now, Chris, when they get an opportunity. Sims coming back out. Put your hot shooter back in, and Tamari Miller. Douglas has come out of the zone into a man-to-man.
Henry Clay with some hot shooting. They made 6 threes tonight. Van Meter probing underneath. This is a team that only shoots 27% from 3. That rolls off from Tamari Miller. And Darrington brings down the rebound for Douglas.
Douglas has gone a while without scoring. See if they can put the ball in the basket.
McKaylee Bennett finding Baker up top.
Really looking to get the ball inside to Darrington.
And they're going to try to find her, and that's a good call as Van Meter overzealous from behind.
You know, one thing you got to realize out there, if you're Van Meter, let Darrington get that ball all the way out there or back to the basket at the three-point line. She's not going to do any damage to you out there. Let her go. Do not get a foul. And here we go again, offense for defense. substitution for Henry Clay. 5 fouls now. She's going to be going to the free throw line with Darrington.
And Darrington, again, very quiet tonight. Been bothered by 2 early fouls. Played 3.5 minutes in the first half. Stuck on 2 points.
A lot of times it just, when you get taken out of the game because of foul trouble, it takes you a long time to kind of get back in the swing of things.
Off the mark. Nice chase down by McKaylee Bennett. And the Broncos recycle. Naya inside the arc. There's Darrington doing what she does so well, and another offensive rebound.
Really good job by Darrington. On that one, she really needed to hold that ball up over her head and go back up and try to get an and one. But as we said, she's such a factor in there. So tall, long arms, able to get the rebound there. Nice touch at the free throw line also for the big one.
Yeah, 60%er on the season. She's worked very hard at that part of her game. Those are 2 big points for the Broncos. Frederick Douglass going to pause play for 30. We'll join them. Take a quick break. Be right back after this from Glycott.
The Martin family has been in the trucking industry for over 3 generations. My grandfather started this company selling salvage parts in the 1960s, and we're celebrating over 20 years as a Peterbilt dealer. Although we've grown and changed over the years, our focus has always been on you. We get it. When your truck's down, you're not making money. That's why we keep thousands of quality parts in stock so you can get back on the road as soon as possible. At Martin's Peterbilt, relationships matter, and that's why we've been around for generations. Come see us.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
Been a great ball game tonight at Henry Clay. 42nd district title game. Both teams will advance to next week's 11th region tournament. But right now, the Broncos lead Henry Clay by 3. And Rick, every time the Broncos have a little daylight, Henry Clay makes a play to get back there.
Yeah, Douglas takes it up to 6 or 8 points. You think maybe the game is going to kind of take a trend towards Douglas, but then Henry Clay's able to get a stop on one end, able to get a basket on the other end. We talked about the fact they're kind of going offense for defense right now. So it's going to be interesting to see what this Henry Clay team does. But, 45-42 with 1:18 in the third period, they've got to feel good where they are, and Douglas has to feel good because right now we talked about it, Darrington just not having the great game that she normally does after getting that early foul trouble.
But still only has 2 fouls as we're going to have a kick. And possession underneath for the Blue Devils.
We talked about the fact that Henry Clay's had really good underneath out-of-bounds plays.
Lob to Wade. And Miller parading baseline. And there's Darrington.
Yeah, Jaylee Noel's size there really hurt Miller on that. And Darrington's going to get to the free throw line. That's the way to get your offensive game going, and she's doing a really good job. Going to have 2 more.
Broncos led by 4 after 1, led by 3 at half. We're there now with just a minute remaining in this third quarter. Darrington 2 of 2 from the foul line, back for another pair.
Chris, you talked about the fact her working on that. That's how your game gets better. You do the little things. You get to the free throw line. You shoot 100 free throws at practice. You shoot them in the off days and get more and more comfortable there. Nice shots, get 2.
And that's a big swing, a subtle swing, but instead of a 1-point or a tie game, it's at 5.
Yes, really good job there.
There's Ariana Sutton up top. Kate Baker shadowing Sutton. Miller arcs a 3, and there's Darrington. Oh my, that potentially could have warranted a look.
Coach Moberly does not like that call. He would like for them to come up here and take a look at our monitor because I think that was off on Henry Clay.
You can be the judge at home when you rewatch it.
Yeah, really good defense there by Darrington to block that 3 opportunity.
And Henry Clay may be best served to hang on to it a bit. There's Miller. 4th team Bronco foul at 27.6.
call that one on Knowles, and you can tell what they've done is they're getting the ball to Miller, clearing out because she's one-on-one against Darrington to see if Darrington can hand her outside.
Wade inbounding. There's Allie Stone, the senior. Around the clock, Sutton. Miller up through heavy duress from Nia Rhodes, and the Broncos by 5 with the ball. Knowles runs the floor off. Darrington cleans and scores.
Darrington scored about 8 or 9 points in a row, Chris. We talked about her being a little bit a slow start, but boy, she's taking over now.
And Miller off the mark, and that's going to close the third. The Broncos trailed by 3 in the third, but they now lead 49-42. Fourth quarter on the way back. This is Glycod.com.
The confidence and security of a pre-owned Kia from Cartown Kia. This incredible certification package is loaded with a 5-year, 60,000-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty, a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, 10 years of national roadside assistance, and 2 years of free maintenance. Choose from over 70 certified pre-owned Kias or over 1,000 vehicles of all makes and models. It's new car driving at used cars prices with certified pre-owned Kias from CartownKiaUSA.com.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
Seven-point ball game as we welcome you back to Henry Clay High School. I'm Chris LeBar alongside Rick Reams. Welcome aboard. Great doubleheader. Broncos and Bryan Station for the boys' title. That game will tip at 8 o'clock. Of course, Station has beaten the Broncos both times by an average of 8 points. And certainly, boy, oh boy, that has a fascinating detail in that game coming up.
Tell you what, that's going to be an exciting game, and that's why this gym is filling up. Everyone wants to see this game. It's going to be interesting to see which team can come out, see if Station continue their mastery of Douglas this year, and see if Douglas can get over the edge to get the victory here and take a winner's side on the 11th region.
So Kate Baker idling far sideline for the Broncos as they have the ball +7. Knowles off the top of the backboard, and possession will fluctuate back over to Henry Clay. Chris LeBar along with Rick Reams, our producer tonight, Steve Bird. Thanks so much for tuning in. What's the formula for Henry Clay in this fourth quarter?
You don't settle for shots. You run your offense, move it inside out, and if you get a 3, take it. But again, you don't have to settle for an early 3 in your possession.
Allie Stone, as Knowles going to shadow her, and this Broncos zone has certainly caused some issues at times.
Henry Clay being very patient, as we talked about. Not a bad set here.
There's Van Meter. And Sutton bothered by McKaylee Bennett. Van Meter flings a 3. And you can't leave her, Rick.
No, that's what you got to do. You cannot go help. You got to stay out on her, make someone else beat you. But boy, a nice set there by Henry Clay to get this lead down to 4.
Van Meter, that is her bread and butter. She's made 44 threes this year. Rebound, Knowles, she's undercut. And a foul on Ariana Sutton of Henry Clay.
Yeah, good call there. Really, no bad intentions there, just trying to block out, and Knowles is so tall underneath there. Oh, they're calling that on the ground. And there's Van Meter. Like I say, Rhodes got lost there and kind of took her eye off Van Meter, and she is the one person you don't want to take your eye off because she will hit that 3. I know she shot her air ball 3, and I talked about it after she shot that. She's a 3-point shooter. She'll come back and hit the next one, exactly what she did.
Bronco ball underneath. Knowles knives in a near-and one. Elizabeth Nelson called for the foul. And both teams having success on the inbound.
Yeah, I tell you what, again, you talked about it, Chris. That's a tendency. Keep on practicing, set the picks, get open, make the pass, and get to the free throw line or put the ball in the basket. Knowles is she's throwing her arms out. She can't believe her free throws are not going in tonight.
Shoots him at 62% on the year. Amari Sims wants to come in for Henry Clay, and for the moment, it's
the second time they've taken the ball out of a shooter's hand, one on each end, and you just, as a referee, you just can't do that.
Knowles again. Darrington, a big rebound. And it looked like she could have got tangled up with Stone, but the travel instead, and Henry Clay survives both those free throws.
Yeah, they did, and the good thing with Darrington, I was afraid she may have twisted her ankle a little bit there. She didn't. She came up okay. So, although it was a walk, you don't want to get an injury out here.
Allie Stone up top for the Blue Devils. Both teams have won over 20 on the year. Both teams playing high quality tonight. That's poked and chased in the corner by Allie Stone. Sims floats it back, and McKaylee Bennett intercepts for Douglas.
Yeah, just an unfortunate offensive series there for Henry Clay.
There's Rhodes. Nice defense by Tamari Miller. And Darrington just tangled and beaten.
Yeah.
All sorts of issues, but a foul whistled on Henry Clay.
Yeah, Van Meter, she kind of holding her hands up. She tried her best to stay with her, but Darrington just really asserting her size and also just very strong underneath there.
Kate Baker to inbound for Station. Finds Nia Rhodes. There's a three. Knowles inbounds, floats it back, and Stone diving on the floor. And finally a whistle, arrow to Henry Clay.
Coach Gerard thought that should have been the third foul there on Ariana Darrington. Well, we're going to have Reagan Gregonis come in, but she went back to the bench.
Elbow that is fielded by Tamari Miller. Jeffers splitting the double team, and McKaylee Bennett called for the foul. That's only the first foul of the quarter on Douglas. Rick, I received a message they're closing the doors.
Well, that doesn't surprise me. I just think it's probably wise because there's going to be a lot of disappointed people that are going to be hanging around the bottom down here trying to get in this game, but there's just no more seats. That's, I think, the fire marshal, that's the smartest thing to do.
Free throw up and in for Jeffers, her third point, 5'7" sophomore.
So if you have family or friends trying to get here and they can't get in, join us on Glycod. Watch all the game.
And Jeffers in again. Two big free throws. And Henry Clay back within a field goal with 5:22 in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, Douglas has left a lot of points at the free throw line tonight.
Bennett around the clock. That's Nia Rhodes. Rhodes inside the arc. Swirls off. Darrington again. And how about McKaylee Bennett out to Rhodes? There's Ayana. And Sims, exhausted, commits a foul.
And that's the best word, exhausting. Trying to stay with Darrington under the basket has to be exhausting. She has such long arms. She's able to get a shot after shot. Couldn't put it in. They had 4 opportunities there and going to go to the free throw line again.
So Ayana doesn't have the points tonight, only 8. But in limited action due to fouls, her imprint is still on this game.
She makes this team go. And when she's in, she's really a difference maker. When she's out, this team is still good, but not near as good as they are with her.
So the lead at 3 with 4:52 in the fourth.
Henry Clay has been very patient, and they need to continue that, but you cannot have turnovers here.
There's Tamari Miller, made a couple of threes from that near corner, angling baseline. Darrington on the backside for the rebound. Jaylee Knowles lofting it off. Van Meter corrals the rebound. Allie Stone, number 10, probing. Skip pass Miller.
Van Meter weaving her way in, and they're going to get Knowles for a hand check.
Yeah. Good job by Knowles there. She didn't jump out on that jump shot. She used her hands though on defense. Can't do that, but with Van Meter, you just don't want her to get that shot off.
Allie Stone finding Lydia Van Meter. And a poor angle from Tamari Miller as Darrington intercepts. Darrington from Rhodes. And it will belong to Henry Clay as Darrington apparently touched it last.
Yeah, really good give and go there. Darrington just could not put that ball in the basket. Had a little bit of a weird angle. And you talked about it on the other end. Miller's pass, she tried and Darrington was able to jump in front of that. You got to have a better angle. And Kate Baker again, quick hands.
Baker tangles up Stone and possession Douglas.
Every time Douglas needs a big play, I think we say Kate Baker's name. You know, she may, again, not pad the stat sheet or anything like that, but she's just such a solid player, and she always is in the game, both literally and figuratively in the game.
Well, that big defensive play in the third quarter stymied a run, then she hit a three.
Yep.
There's Darrington at the foul line. Kaylee Bennett shifting, long two. And Stone runs under it for the rebound. Allie Stone, number 10, finds Miller up top. And this is a big possession for the Blue Devils. Stone, one-hand lob. Darrington clears. Just over 3 minutes in this fourth.
Yeah, if you're Douglas, you don't have to force it right here.
Darrington wheeling and dealing. And a foul called. It looked like Nelson had really good rebounding position, quite frankly.
Yeah, just because Darrington's taller, you can't go over her back. And right now, Henry Clay's trying to talk about that.
Let's take a look while we can.
Coach Moberly's, right there, over the back. But then she backed into her to get the foul. Coach Moberly's talking to Darrington about that. If you're going to jump straight up, Chris. You can't jump and lean over. You're usually going to get a foul called there.
So Darrington for two. Fifth team Henry Clay foul of the quarter. And the Broncos now lead by 5.
Henry Clay's had some good shots on the other end, hit some threes, but here lately they've been trying to take that ball inside, and Darrington and Knowles' size has really affected their shots.
Darrington, 2 points. Check that, scoreless at half. And she's got double figures in the second half. There's Rhodes in transition, and it creeps in.
Puts it in the basket. Great job there getting down the court. Coach Moberly's playing defense himself over there. 8-point lead. Henry Clay has to come up with a bucket here.
Broncos in transition, growing this lead. There's Sutton right through Baker. Oh my, everything but the roll. And a follow plus a foul as Ariana Sutton scores.
Yeah, Sutton, you get frustrated because you missed that first one. She stayed with the ball, and then she was able to go ahead, put it in the basket, get the third foul. Actually, they called that one on Bennett. No, they called it on Darrington, her third foul, and get to the free throw line, get some points without the clock moving.
So Sutton, her first field goal. And that one short, and she knew it.
Yeah. Short-armed it and tried to get that rebound.
2-possession game, over 2 minutes in the fourth. There's Bennett around the corner. Darrington clobbered from behind, and she'll net 2 more free throws.
And that as Darrington gets stronger in the college game, Chris, she'll be able to put that ball in. She was just got kind of hit, but it affected her shot. But as she gets stronger, she'll be able to go with that contact and put that ball in the basket.
Three minutes played in the first half, and she's going to finish still, I would think, with a double-double.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what you expect from your senior, to come out there and do it that way. Got to give her credit. She didn't put her head down. She didn't sulk. She didn't play the entire second quarter, most of the first quarter, but she came out in the second half and been the difference maker.
Lead at 8, and Baker. Of course it's Baker with a defensive play deflected out. It will stay Henry Clay.
Great hands.
This 11th region girls draw is going to shape up to be very interesting because I don't think there's too many winners that are going to want to play the loser of this game. There's a baseline floater that's off from Sutton.
You're exactly right. There's not going to look forward to having to play whoever loses this game.
There's been an angling in, and Douglas trying to burn some time here and protect the ball.
Henry Clay sooner or later is going to have to start fouling.
And they're already over the limit. There's a double team on Darrington. And a held ball, nice overplay. That was Sutton to tie up Ayana, and Henry Clay does own the arrow.
Once again, if you're throwing that ball into Darrington, throw it high. Let her go up, get that ball, and hold it up high, and don't bring it down for that jump ball.
60-second Henry Clay timeout. They'll have the basketball when we come right back. Now word from Meyer on Glycod.
First opened during the Great Depression, and we've been open for over 85 years now. Through everything that's come our way, we've stayed open by working to make life easier, better, and fresher. By making a real difference in the communities we serve. And by being the kind of place where your money always goes a little further. That's why we're open. Come see for yourself.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
Douglas by 8. Henry Clay will have possession after the timeout. Still 1:34 left. What do they need to come up with here out of this timeout?
Well, it's one of those things. You can't rush your offense, but at the same time, you've got to score. You've got to get the ball in the basket. You only have so many more possessions to do. If I'm Henry Clay, I'm doing what I did a couple plays ago. I'm taking that ball inside and fanning it back out. I don't go up against Darrington and Knowles. I get it inside, make them collapse, and then hit a three on the outside to Van Meter.
Blue Devils in hurry-up mode. Miller flanked to the left. That was Wade. It rattled out. Knowles with a critical rebound. And 2 free throws will loom.
We've seen that a lot. Henry Clay has been able to get to the basket, but they cannot finish just because of the height of Douglas is causing them to change their shots.
So the Broncos will traipse all the way down the length of the floor. 2 more Jaylee Knowles free throws. She's been there about 14 times tonight. And Frederick Douglass by 8. Their largest lead was 9.
Sometimes you just have one of those nights at the free throw line. Jaylee Knowles, she's frustrated with herself, but just breathe deep, bend those knees, and put the ball in the basket.
That one's off as well, and Sutton will cradle a rebound for Henry Clay. Still 1:20 to play. Tamari Miller inside the line through Darrington. And a foul with 1:11 on the clock.
It's going to be Darrington's 4th.
So 2 free throws will come up for Henry Clay's Tamari Miller.
And that's the other way you do this if you're Henry Clay. You get to the free throw line, get points with the clock without the clock moving with 1:11 left.
This will be the 2nd regional trip for Henry Clay in the last 3 seasons. And the Broncos back-to-back district championships, or it so appears. We still do have 1:11 to play. In between games, we'll chat with head coach Stefan Harris of Frederick Douglass. Also hope to catch up with the winning coach in this game as well with 1:02 to play. There's Baker.
Again, they're going to have to start fouling.
And Baker being crowded, and there's another foul. It's on Allie Stone.
You don't want to let 10, 11 seconds go off the clock each time. You've got to come down, foul them immediately. Make this game last forever.
Kate Baker, goodness gracious, doesn't have a ton of points, but she is just so important to everything they do, and she's solid in all areas.
Absolutely. She is just one of those, you're not going to just really notice her on the court until you finally take a look and see everything she does. Not come out of this game at all.
Baker with 9 unofficially, with 45 seconds left.
Henry Clay's got to get the shot up.
There's Tamari Miller at 9. Miller probes, and there's Darrington with a rebound, and that should do it as McKaylee Bennett will be fouled with 27.7 left, and Broncos going to pull this one out in a hard-fought way over a very solid Henry Clay team.
Yeah, both teams have to, Henry Clay's frustrated right now, but they have to feel good about where they are. They took a lot of blows from this Douglas team. They were able to stay with them. Going to end up not getting the victory tonight, but they can come out of here strong for the 11th region.
Broncos now with their biggest lead at 10.
These two teams could play again, Chris.
Well, they'd each have to win 2 next week, but it's certainly plausible. And Henry Clay is going to take a 60-second break. An 11-point Bronco lead. They're on their way to the district championship. More coverage in just a minute after this from Allstate on Glycod.
Overly competitive brother. Psych. And I'm about to steal this game from you, just like I stole Kelly Carter in high school, huh? Foul! And now you're ready to settle a score. Game over. And if you don't have the right home insurance coverage, well, you can end up paying for all this yourself. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem. Yeah, like me. Thanks, bro. Take a lap, rookie.
Contact Louisville and Lexington Allstate agent Thomas Allen for a quote today. You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
Coming up at the conclusion of this game, Elite Building Products will have the most outstanding player. Rick and I will select one student athlete from each team for their on-court achievements, and there have been many outstanding achievements this evening. So Henry Clay down 11. As Lydia Van Meter heaves a 3. And long rebound. Broncos will have a home game on Monday. Henry Clay on the road on Monday in the quarterfinal round. And of course, both teams will determine their opponents tomorrow morning at the 11th Region Tournament draw. We'll have a selection show for you here on Glycod starting at 10 a.m. Here is Bennett into forecourt at 10 seconds, and congratulations to Frederick Douglass on their district championship.
Back to back.
And they beat a good team tonight.
Yeah, really, really good game. Again, Henry Clay's got to be down right now, but they've got some stuff to build on, and their season's not over.
Frederick Douglass, the winner, 61-50. 2 great coaches, 2 class programs will meet at the scores table. We'll take a timeout. More coverage after this, including a conversation with Douglas boys head coach Stefan Harris. We'll have that for you in just a couple of minutes from Glycod.
For more than 35 years, online and through our branch office locations, Ruoff Mortgage has helped people discover, finance, and move into their homes with confidence. From the moment you send in an application to the day you get the keys, Ruoff keeps things moving exceptionally fast. By sharing knowledge and professional guidance, Ruoff Mortgage helps people see the potential and excitement in the homeownership experience. Visit one of our convenient branch locations or get started online at ruoff.com.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables. But last week, I built a field hospital. I put out a forest fire. I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives and led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
We first opened during the Great Depression, and we've been open for over 85 years now. Through everything that's come our way, We've stayed open by working to make life easier, better, and fresher. By making a real difference in the communities we serve. And by being the kind of place where your money always goes a little further. That's why we're open. Come see for yourself.
The Martin family has been in the trucking industry for over 3 generations. My grandfather started this company selling salvage parts in the 1960s, and we're celebrating over 20 years as a Peterbilt dealer. Although we've grown and changed over the years, our focus has always been on you. We get it. When your truck's down, you're not making money. That's why we keep thousands of quality parts in stock so you can get back on the road as soon as possible. At Martin's Peterbilt, relationships matter, and that's why we've been around for generations. Come see us.
Donating plasma is an easy way to earn up to $600 a month as a new donor while saving lives. That's right. Every donation you make helps patients in need survive and thrive. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and I Give Rewards points. Go to cslplasma.com to learn more about plasma donation. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
Tonight's post-game recap is brought to you by CSL Plasma. Be rewarded for your generosity. Do the amazing. Help save lives.
Rick Reams back here at Henry Clay High School with Coach Stephon Harris from the Douglas Broncos. Coach, big atmosphere, big game tonight.
Absolutely.
Tell me a little bit about what this means, not just, and we just talked about this, what does this mean to this city to see the doors already being closed?
It's big. I've been coaching here since 2002, and I don't remember having an atmosphere like this. I've coached in 2 state tournaments, and the atmosphere that we had the second game that we played, and tonight, nothing compares to it.
You're facing a team you've lost to twice. You know each other well. You know Coach Ligon. You played for him. He got you in this game. Talk about tonight. What has to happen for your team to come out with a victory against this tough station?
Our kids just have to stay under control. Our kids can't let them dictate the pace of the game. We have to play Douglas ball and take care of the ball and stay disciplined on defense, and we'll win the game.
How do you can't control your players' emotions, but how do you try to temper that excitement to just come out and play a game?
Well, some kids I gotta calm down, and some kids I gotta poke the bear.
Right.
Some kids are a little bit too relaxed, and then for this atmosphere, I need you to be even keel. And then some kids I gotta kind of tone down because they're too hyped, and you don't want them to be too hyped because then that's when the turnovers come.
Station's not going to do anything different, but what do you expect to see from them?
I expect to see zone. I expect them to mix up a zone and man. I expect them to press off misses and press off makes. And I just expect two well-coached teams to go hard tonight.
I'm going to ask you one last question.
Yes, sir.
I've asked the girls' coaches this too. This game, both teams move on.
Absolutely.
A win, a loss, but I know coaches. You want to win this game. Why is it important?
It's important to me because, number one, because that's my mentor. That's the guy that's got me into coaching. So I want the student to beat the teacher. Number two, I want my lick back. He's beat me twice. I had the second game won. We kind of lost it in the last minute and a half. So I want my lick back.
I tell you
for lack of better terms.
Coach, we appreciate you being here tonight.
Good
luck. We'll be right back on Glycod.
Thank you.
The reason I went to Traditional Bank, I just felt at peace. The atmosphere was different.
Anytime we need anything, Traditional Bank's always there for us. Can't say enough about them.
Tradition to me means integrity. That's what our product's based on. Just the way I did it 25 years ago, we're doing it now on a mass scale.
My name is Curtis Mackley, and I choose Traditional Bank because of the relationship we have formed with them and their integrity. Welcome to Mingy Beef Jerky.
We first opened during the Great Depression, and we've been open for over 85 years now. Through everything that's come our way, we've stayed open by working to make life easier, better, and fresher. By making a real difference in the communities we serve. And by being the kind of place where your money always goes a little further. That's why we're open. Come see for yourself.
Let's get real. For a lot of people, 4 years of college might as well be a million. With us, you can get a certificate in a matter of months and start a career right away. College for the real world. College for your world.
For more than 35 years, online and through our branch office locations, Ruoff Mortgage has helped people discover, finance, and move into their homes with confidence. From the moment you send in an application to the day you get the keys, Ruoff keeps things moving exceptionally fast. By sharing knowledge and professional guidance, Ruoff Mortgage helps people see the potential and excitement in the homeownership experience. Visit one of our convenient branch locations or get started online at ruoff.com.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational, solid career path.
Rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something at school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
The Martin family has been in the trucking industry for over 3 generations. My grandfather started this company selling salvage parts in the 1960s, and we're celebrating over 20 years as a Peterbilt dealer. Although we've grown and changed over the years, our focus has always been on you. We get it. When your truck's down, you're not making money. That's why we keep thousands of quality parts in stock so you can get back on the road as soon as possible. At Martin's Peterbilt, relationships matter, and that's why we've been around for generations. Come see us.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
In between games, as we welcome you back, Bryan Station and Frederick Douglass. This game will tip momentarily. We're going to reset a couple of things. More coverage right after this timeout. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. Be right back.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational, solid career path.
Rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something at school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
I love Head Start.
Children love Head Start, and you will too. Community Action Council's prep academies are hiring now. Head Start is an early childhood education program for children from birth to age 5. Help us give more children the Head Start advantage.
Teacher, what are you waiting for?
Join our team of dedicated education professionals. Apply online today at comaction.org. What are you waiting for?
Let's get real. With us, you'll get a great education that can lead to a great career faster. Even better, you won't end up with crippling debt. College for the real world. College for your world.
Glycod on YouTube is Kentuckiana's fastest growing high school sports video site. When you click to subscribe, don't forget to tap the bell and be notified of our upcoming live broadcasts and other unique video content. Subscribe for free now at youtube.com/Glycod.
This is your season to save on our incredible selection of new Kias from Cardtown Kia. You can't beat the powerful design of the new 2024 Sportage.
It's your choice. The new 2023 Kia Sportage, just $349 down and $349 per month, or the new 2023 Kia Sorento, just $349 down and $349 per month.
Unmatched design, performance, and savings all in one at Cardtown Kia and CardtownKiaUSA.com.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by Cardtown Kia. Visit their showroom at 3120 Lexington Road in Nicholasville, or browse their inventory at CardtownKiaUSA.com. Cardtown Kia, movement that inspires.
Back live at Henry Clay High School, Frederick Douglass, Bryan Station. This game will tip off in about 16 or so minutes. Chris LeBar back live with Rick Reams. We've got a couple of other interviews we're going to hopefully have for you, including Douglass girls head coach DJ Moberly, his group victorious in a hard-fought win. If you just joined us, Douglass girls won 61-50. The game nip and tuck, as they say, throughout. Henry Clay had the lead on 2 occasions by 3 in the third quarter. But the Broncos, when they needed to, made the big plays to win this game. Leading Douglass in scoring, a very balanced attack. Jaylene Knowles, Ayanna Darrington, each with 15. Nia Rhodes, 12. Kate Baker with 11 for Henry Clay. Tamari Miller with 15. Lydia Van Meter with 11 points. The most outstanding players of this game presented by Elite Building Products in Nicholasville. Locally owned with an outstanding selection of windows, doors, and siding. For more info, visit them at EliteKentucky.com. Tamari Miller, outstanding for Henry Clay. And goodness, Kate Baker, 11 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 steals, and just did everything well tonight in a lot of action. Baker played 32 minutes, so she played it all. And she was outstanding. Congratulations, Kate. Well done, Tamari Miller. And Frederick Douglass in girls action defeats Henry Clay 61-50. We've got, speaking of Kate Baker, we've got her now, and we're going to chat with Rick Reams. And we'll have that in just a couple of minutes as we get Rick and Kate situated. We'll have that for you in just a couple of minutes. Be right back on Glycod.
First opened during the Great Depression, and we've been open for over 85 years now. Through everything that's come our way, we've stayed open by working to make life easier, better, and fresher. By making a real difference in the communities we serve. And by being the kind of place where your money always goes a little further. That's why we're open. Come see for yourself.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
Reams back at Henry Clay High School with Kay Baker here. Kate, you had a tough game tonight against this Henry Clay team. We talked about in the game, your steady presence. You played the entire game.
Yeah.
Did it feel that way? Did you get tired out there?
No, I'm used to it. That's what I got to do. If I got to help my team and play the whole game, I got to give it all I've got and just help my teammates out. I'm used to it.
So let's talk about the fact that Ayanna, 2 fouls early on.
Yeah.
She goes out with about 4 minutes left in the first quarter.
Yeah.
Doesn't play the rest of the half. Mm-hmm. What mentality do you all go with when that happens?
We went to our guards. I mean, she's our main big, and Jaylee can play the guard spot too, so we were like, let's just keep attacking. We know we'll get her back in the third, and we'll keep going.
Let's talk about the fact that it seems like whenever a big play needed to happen, you came up with that play on the offense and defensive end. Do you take pride in that, to being in that spot?
Yeah, my mind was, I want to do whatever it takes to win, so whatever I had to do, I was like, go, 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 go. That was my mindset. I wasn't losing that game for us, and my teammates weren't either.
Well, a great victory. Now you move on to the region. You went to state last year. This is a stupid question, but you've got to be excited to have a chance to go back there.
Oh, we're so excited. Our whole team's so excited. We've been talking about it since the summer and since state was over last year. We're ready.
Well, great game tonight. Thanks for coming up and visiting with me. I have Coach Moberly come on in here real quick.
Get Coach Moberly.
Coach, big victory tonight.
I see, man.
Let's talk a little bit about the fact, Ayana, we talked about her big game at the end, but I want to talk about the fact 2 fouls, 4 minutes into the game, you pull her out for the half. Is that just your mentality? Is that what you do?
Yeah, well my girls know you get to, you got to come out. Sometimes I kill myself at times. I'm like, but I had to just because I know my girls gamble a lot on defense and we get caught in bad positions sometimes, and I've watched this the whole year. So I was like, I couldn't gamble again for her to get another third foul, leaving her out there. And some, and my coaches be on me too because they know I gamble too a little bit. My girls are just like me, but my coach is like, go ahead and get her, and I went on and got her anyway. So it worked out in our favor. I was nervous, like I said, when she did go out, just because I was like, championship game, do we try to roll with her a little bit? But our game plan, we stuck with it, and it worked out our favor.
I tell you what, I watched you up here. You played defense the whole game. Are you feeling okay right now? You were jumping up and down, moving those feet. I loved it.
Hey, I'm always trying to show my girls energy. I mean, I'm on the court like I'm still playing. And that's why I tell my girls that too. I mean, that's how bad I love the game of basketball. But I just try to feed them all my energy too. Just let them know your coach is going to fight for you no matter what. So just play the game the right way, and hopefully we come out on top.
Two-pronged final question. What were you pleased with? What do you have to work on?
I was actually pleased with us in the second half. We was poised. We didn't let them speed us up at all. I feel like that the whole game actually, which I was kind of proud of them because we didn't play teams before to try to press us. I try to play an aggressive ball on us, and we kind of laid in or we started turning the ball over. We took it on the chin today. We fought back, and we were successful.
So what do you work on for the 11th region coming up?
I think about just more executing where we want the ball at certain times when it comes to our offense. Defensively, working on our weak side help again, and boxing out.
Coach, great game tonight. Great victory.
Thanks.
You got that number 2. You wanted it. Now you move on to the region. The draws tomorrow. Excited to see y'all play. Thanks again.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much. We'll be right back on Glycod.
Thank you.
Plasma is an easy way to earn up to $600 a month as a new donor while saving lives. That's right. Every donation you make helps patients in need survive and thrive. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and I Give Rewards points. Go to cslplasma.com to learn more about plasma donation. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
Let's get real. With us, you'll get a great education that can lead to a great career faster. Even better, you won't end up with crippling debt. College for the real world. College for your world.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational, solid career path.
Rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something in school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
For more than 35 years, online and through our branch office locations, Ruoff Mortgage has helped people discover, finance, and move into their homes with confidence. From the moment you send in an application to the day you get the keys, Ruoff keeps things moving exceptionally fast. By sharing knowledge and professional guidance, Ruoff Mortgage helps people see the potential and excitement in the homeownership experience. Visit one of our convenient branch locations or get started online at ruoff.com.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by Ruoff Mortgage. For an intuitive, simple, and stress-free mortgage process, visit ruoff.com. Ruoff Mortgage, opening doors.
Back live, Chris Labar, Rick Reams. Welcome back, Bryan Station. Frederick Douglass will tip off for the 42nd District Championship. These two teams quite acquainted with one another, partner.
Oh yeah, these two teams, they know each other well. It's one of those. It's a great rivalry. It's going to be intense out here, but it's great for high school basketball. And right now, I tell you what, these teams, they're not going to surprise each other out here tonight. It's just whoever can execute the best is going to win this game.
These two teams certainly moving on to the regional, but they got here this week in different ways. In Bryan Station against Sayre, I mean, they fought tooth and nail to win that game. That game was tied going into the fourth. In Douglass, really the same with Henry Clay, but I feel like Douglass played much better than Station did.
Yeah, and that's one thing. We've seen Station, they've come off a little bit of a slump here. The last time I talked to Coach Kelly over at Dunbar, they were in a little bit of a slump. They're kind of coming out of that. But as you said, but what you have to remember is that Sayre team, they're very good at playing the game they want to play, and they force you to play that way, and that's what they did the other night. And as you talk about Henry Clay and Douglass, they were in a dogfight. A really, really exciting, good game there. But, yeah, Douglass played a really good game to get into this one.
Take a look at the Broncos' win over Henry Clay on this very court. Broncos wire to wire. Noah Jones only played about 3 minutes, but a huge defensive steal late in the game.
Well, I think a play before that play was the biggest play of the game. Brown for Henry Clay was able to almost have a steal on Jones. Jones grabbed the ball back and was able to throw it out, keep the possession, and then he got the steal on down the road. And as you talk about Jones, who's been injured, not played a lot this year, but had two huge plays. And to me, that was the play of the game.
We'll take a break, have the keys to this matchup on the way back. Frederick Douglass, Bryan Station, 42nd District Championship game. Keys to the game in just a couple of minutes from Glycod.
Let's get real. You could go to work right after high school, but spend a little time with us and we'll give you a better chance to do more, be more, and earn more. College for the real world. College for your world.
Paramedics do the incredible. They help save lives. And so can you by donating at CSL Plasma. Your plasma donation can help create 24 critical life-saving medicines. And you can be rewarded for your generosity. Every plasma donation can do so much for so many. Do the amazing. Help save lives. Donate plasma today at your local CSL Plasma Center.
Tradition means values, and we want a banker who has the same philosophy. Traditional Bank is a Kentucky-based business, and that does mean a lot to a business that is based in Kentucky. They know what we're going through. They are always there for us, and that means more than anything else. My name is Allison. I choose Traditional Bank because of the personal service. Paddle on into Canoe, Kentucky.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational, solid career path.
Rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something at school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
The Martin family has been in the trucking industry for over 3 generations. My grandfather started this company selling salvage parts in the 1960s, and we're celebrating over 20 years as a Peterbilt dealer. Although we've grown and changed over the years, our focus has always been on you. We get it. When your truck's down, you're not making money. That's why we keep thousands of quality parts in stock so you can get back on the road as soon as possible. At Martin's Peterbilt, relationships matter, and that's why we've been around for generations. Come see us.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
Time now for the keys to this matchup presented by Martin's Peterbilt of Central Kentucky. Rick, what stands out tonight?
I tell you what, this is going to be a fun game. But the keys I see is, first of all, Station. They got to be confident. They got to come out here confident in themselves, but they can't be overconfident. You can't think you won those 2 games. You're just going to show up and run this Douglas team off the court. You got to play inside out. No quick threes. Don't settle for those quick shots. We saw against Dunbar a couple weeks ago, they did a really good job of moving it in and back out. If you're Douglas, you know, we talked about with Coach Harris, you can't have too much emotion. You got to be on an even keel. He talked about the fact some of his players have to settle down. Some have to be excited up. The second thing, you got to limit second and third chance opportunities for Bryan Station. They got a high-powered offense. What you don't want to do is let them get offensive rebounds and keep on putting the ball in the basket. Whichever team can do best on these keys will come out here with a victory in the 42nd District.
One of the things, Rick, the Broncos did very well against Henry Clay, they were very focused in the half court, disciplined, made good decisions, and I think if they do that again, they can win this game.
And they started off quick. They got up 5-0, 7-0 against that Henry Clay team. That's what you have to do. Again, focus, focus, focus. Don't get caught up in the moment. Get caught up in the game plan is what they have to do tonight.
Starting lineups, tip off. On the way back, Frederick Douglass, Bryan Station. Live basketball in just a moment from Glycod.
Paramedics do the incredible. They help save lives. And so can you by donating at CSL Plasma. Your plasma donation can help create 24 critical life-saving medicines. And you can be rewarded for your generosity. Every plasma donation can do so much for so many. Do the amazing. Help save lives. Donate plasma today at your local CSL Plasma Center.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
Back live at Henry Clay High School, Frederick Douglass, Bryan Station. Both teams will advance to the 11th Region Tournament. The home winner, or the winner of this game, will have a home quarterfinal game on Tuesday. The loser will be on the road on Tuesday. Now for the starting lineups presented by Ruoff Mortgage. At Ruoff, their opening doors. The expected starters for the Broncos: Boone, Surratt, Chenault, Chris Wright, and Logan Busen. Boone leading Douglas at 21 points per game. The expected starters for Bryan Station: Amari Owens, the headliner, 22 points per game. Tayshawn Adams, Davion Adams, Rashad Faulkner, and Felix Gonzalez. Rick, this is an outstanding atmosphere, and there aren't too many available seats at this point.
No, there's not. They've gotten everyone in here. Everyone's finding their seats, or some people are on the edges. But I tell you what, just a huge game, a huge atmosphere, as the way a district final here in Lexington should be.
So Bryan Station and Frederick Douglass being announced to a near capacity crowd. And we'll let you enjoy it as these student athletes are called. Their names will be called out, and certainly memories being made here for these great student athletes. And there's Chris Wright, and I know you're very fond of his ability out there on the floor.
Yeah, I am. He had a little rough shooting game the other night, but he does so many other things. But I tell you what, you can't sleep on him because he can hurt you. But I tell you what, I love his defense.
Avion Chenault, as well as these Broncos, 19-12 coming in. They had lost 5 of 7 entering postseason play, but they put it together for 32 on Wednesday on this same floor versus a very solid Henry Clay team. And Bryan Station, coached by Champ Ligon, the 11th Region Coach of the Year. And I know for both these guys, Rick, for Coach Ligon and Coach Harris, so fond of one another.
It's exciting to play against your mentor, but I love what Coach Harris said. I got to get the upper hand back. You don't want to lose against anyone, but especially against your mentor. But, yeah, it's great to see these guys. They're really, really good friends on the court and off the court, but tonight that friendship is out the window. They want to beat each other bad.
Well, Coach Ligon just done a fantastic job there in his time at Bryan Station. Of course, it's the second stint for Chant And Chance been a winner at all stops. Coached at Shelby County, coached Mail, Atherton, and well over 400 wins in what is a 23-plus year career.
And he's having a lot of fun with this team this year. He's had a couple down years, but this year he's excited to have this team out here trying to get to the region here tonight, really trying to get there for the first time since 2018. Hard to believe that's been the way Station's been, but boy, this team, if you've not seen them play, athleticism all over the court. They can shoot the ball, they play really good defense, and they're playing against a team that I call Avion Chenot the human highlight film, because you never know what he's going to do.
Raymond Lightfoot, the headliner of the three officials, alongside Terry Coldiron and Andre Williams. Welcome aboard. This ought to be a good one. Adams around to Amari Owens.
Douglas starting off in a zone.
Boone at the teeth of that defense. Gonzalez in the corner. Owens triggers a three. And a nice box out by Gonzalez. And it's out of bounds off of Felix.
Good hustler by Gonzalez. Logan Busen had the ball, was able to tip it out a little bit. Now Douglas is going to go against this zone for Station. Now they're dropping back into man now.
Rashad Faulkner, the point man on the defense, as Avion Chenault around the horn. There's Surratt, nice find, and Chenault denied but fouled at the rim.
Yeah, really good find, really good pass there. And I tell you what, Chris, I think one of the keys tonight is going to see if they can get DeMarcus Surratt going. He had a little slow game the other night. He's a very steady player, but boy, he can score a lot also. So very excited to see what he is.
Avion Chenault draining the free throw, and to your point, Surratt with a huge and one. His first field goal, about 2 minutes left in that game versus Clay on Wednesday. As Chenault short on that. Rebound procured by Davion Adams of Henry Clay. Faulkner heaves a three, and Busen vacuuming on the back for Douglas. There's to Chenault. Jump stop. Explosion for the bucket.
Again, very, very athletic there. Nice play.
Chenault with the first three of the game. There's Davion Adams arcs it in the corner. Uh-oh. Boone with the interception.
It's a fast start we talked about. We wanted to see if Douglas could come out and do it, and yeah, Coach Kelly's going to have to call a timeout.
Frederick Douglass leading 5-0, a 30-second timeout. Be right back.
The reason I went to Traditional Bank, I just felt at peace. The atmosphere was different.
Anytime we need anything, Traditional Bank's always there for us. Can't say enough about them.
Tradition to me means integrity. That's what our product's based on. Just the way I did it 25 years ago, we're doing it now on a mass scale.
My name is Curtis Mackley, and I choose Traditional Bank because of the relationship we have formed with them and their integrity. Welcome to Mingy Beef Jerky.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
The interception, and Boone does the rest.
Yeah, I tell you what, he can quickly turn defense into offense, and a great start here for this Douglas team. Talked about the same way they started against Henry Clay, and now Station has to find a way to get on the board.
Mari Owens around to Davion Adams. There's Tayshawn back to Faulkner, and we'll see what Station does in the half court. Nice deflection, or was it?
No, just it slipped out of Adams' hand, and right now they're going to make a sub. They've got to find a little bit of offense here, a little frustration right now on Bryan Station. You're not going to be able to get all at one time, so you got to settle down and run your offense and now play tough defense to try to stop this 5-0 run for Douglas.
Chris Girton, football linebacker, the first to enter the fray off the bench for either team. And Surratt in the corner for the Broncos. Busen travels.
Yeah, took one extra step there. Nice play. He does a really good job getting that ball at the top at the three-point line and dribbling in and being able to pass it out, but that time took an extra step.
So Station scoreless in the first 2 minutes of this game as the Broncos 3 for Chenault, 2 for Boone. And Boone with the length really poses problems up front. There's Owens uncorking and connecting.
And that's what you have to do. Throw around that and get the open shot. And Owens was able to put it in the basket. Now that sets up their press.
Amari's 40th made 3 of the year. Broncos by 2 in the half court. We've played about 2.5. Chenault angling, idling, and poked out. It was Felix Gonzalez with the block. And perhaps just a deflection. I
think the referee was waiting to make sure everyone was going to kind of come out cleanly from there. But, yeah, that's going to be a tough play. Gonzalez, Chenault can handle it all over the court, so Gonzalez having to try to come out and guard him is going to be a tough night. And, again, I think as we saw in the girls' game, free throws are going to come down to it. You're going to have to hit these free throws.
Well, Raymond Lightfoot providing some suspense before that call.
I think he was making sure everyone's going to get up and everything was going to be okay before he came to the scorer's table.
Chenault for one more. That young man has really improved as this season has continued. Of course, a football standout and really starting a little bit late entering basketball. Second half of the year, he's been outstanding. That one's short, and Girton flags down the rebound for Station. There's Owens. And Chenault with the rejection and a foul.
Yeah, that's where Owens is at his best. I tell you what, he gets out. He is just lightning quick out there. Nice job taking to the basket, get to the free throw line. You see here he's able to get in. A lot of body there is what they call a clean block up top.
So Owens accounting for all 3 of Station's points. And this is a part of his game that certainly I'm sure he'll work on in the offseason, but only a 56% free throw shooter. And Adams going to chase down the rebound. That's Tayshawn that brought it down. Now Gonzalez airmailing Faulkner, and Rashad able to get it back.
Oh, yeah.
And that's the foul on Douglas. Chenault signaled for number 2.
Yeah, that's the second one. It's a tough one. Again, we saw it in the first game. Darrington had to come out and sit out, and now Chenault's going to have to do the same thing. And Jake Mitchell.
Jake Mitchell, 6'1 senior, lefty in. Chenault with 2 early fouls. Lob to Felix Gonzalez. Back to Gonzalez. And Surratt cleans it up for Douglas. 5-3 they lead as DeMarcus shifting in the corner. Mitchell in!
Nice pass. Got it all the way to the baseline. Talked about it the other night and made a pass all the way across. Henry Clay had a lot of success with that.
So Jake Mitchell in for about 15 seconds. First time he touches it, he drains a big 3.
Again, shooters are going to shoot. They come off the bench shooting.
There's Owens as the defense collaborates on him. And Amari shuffles. And Surratt closing out on that sideline.
Yeah, that time Owens, his feet got a little bit ahead of himself, went ahead and shuffled those feet. It was a good call there. He got frustrated, but he'll come back with that move again. But I tell you what, Coach Harris may be playing the hardest defense since I've seen DJ Moberly in the first game. These coaches for Douglas are all over, really wanting their kids to come out and play hard.
Just over 4 minutes remaining in this opening quarter. Broncos on top 8-3. Yes, Surratt spinning. And too tall for Chris Wright.
Yeah, that pass, his feet moved. I think he thought he walked, so he tried to get rid of that ball real quickly and went ahead and made that throw a little bit high. Chris Wright will tell him, hey, I'm not Avion Chenault up here. Bring that pass down just a little bit.
Number 30, Bryson Carpenter will shuttle in for Station. Chris Girton will leave.
Station's using a bevy of players already tonight.
Well, that's their MO is Champ Play at least 10 or 11 comfortably.
Have Galinsky in for the first time, another shooter out here on the wing.
That's got some glitter on the back of those sneakers. You can see it from up here. Galinsky arcing a three, a little long. Chased down by Bryson Carpenter, though. Now Owens near side three. Swish!
Another one, really, really good play there. Nice rebound by Carpenter. Get that back out to Owens and hit that from the corner.
Owens 2 of 3 from 3. Swerve pass, Chris Wright back to Busen, chiseling his way in. Up and off, Surratt follows!
Good job. If Chenault's going to be out, Surratt's going to have to take over the rebounding.
Well, he certainly can do that. Lob into Adams. Number 3, Justin Richmond touches it. Richmond long with that one. Pinballed right to Bryson Carpenter. And Galinsky, the recipient.
Got to watch Owens. He's on the far side.
And Mitchell now on the side of that defense going to shadow Amari Owens.
Bryan Station bringing it back out. Again, we talked about the fact they really need to go inside out on this defense to get some open shots.
Owens slicing his way in the lane. Everything but the basket. Adams cleans it up and draws a Bronco foul as Tayshaun Adams pounding the backboard.
And that's what we talked about. If you're Douglas, you can't give up second and third shot opportunities. And Coach Harris, that's what he's telling his team right now. He's screaming, block out.
Adams off the mark while you were away. Tayshaun, an 80% free throw shooter, and Station leading some early points at the foul line.
Bakari Talbert's going to check in for Chris Wright.
4 big misses.
Yeah.
And that's the size of the lead as Busen pivots into forecourt. Surratt cuts, and Adams with the block.
Great defense.
Justin Richmond inside the lane. Galinsky well off, and Dakari Talbert with a rebound. Great play by Galinsky to interject in the passing lane. And it looks like a DeMarcus. No, they're going to call Galinsky.
Surratt did a great job, Chris. If that ball's going to be stolen like that, get wound up in the defender's arms, and Galinsky, and that's what they got the call on him.
Try to take another look at that if we have a moment.
Right here, he comes up.
He's just a beat late, maybe?
Yeah, I think so. Took his arm off there just a little bit.
Carmelo Boone will handle it up top.
Yeah, if I'm Douglas, I'm going to go to Boone for a little bit. Nice play by Owens.
Well, Boone's going to get it back, and Adams, oh my.
Yeah, foul on Boone there. Yeah, good, really good call there. Boone got frustrated with trying to get that ball back. Sometimes you make that mistake. You just made another mistake getting that ball back, and he kind of pats his chest, said, my bad. We'll get him next time.
Davion Adams to inbound at side court. And Justin Richmond in front of that Frederick Douglass Broncos sideline. Adams salivating as he pounds it down low to Tayshaun Adams. Owens loves that spot. Busen giving up size, got the rebound. Surratt wheeling. And the putback off. Oh my, and here's Adams at the other end. Tayshaun with a stuff.
Nice play getting that ball out. Really good job there by Station running the floor.
That's Logan Busen spilling it to Boone. Busen underneath. And his motor, so impressive as Logan will head to the foul line.
Yeah, great job there on the offensive boards, taking it up, not getting the basket, but get the foul, get to the free throw line.
So Logan Busen for a pair.
Great dunk on the other end there. Brought the crowd, the Bryan Station crowd on our side here, to their feet. Both teams leaving a lot of points at the free throw line right now.
Houston trying to increase the margin. It's Logan's first point.
Terry Kaysen and Noah Jones coming into the game for Douglas. Both teams are going to play a lot of players tonight, Chris.
Oh, you sense some fatigue already.
In an environment like this, it's very easy to get tired quickly. You got to catch that second and third win. I have a feeling after this quarter, everything will settle down just a little bit.
Davion Adams inside the line. And perhaps too many cooks in the kitchen as he rifles it out of bounds.
Yeah, Gonzalez had position and then moved. I think he thought the shot was going up. Going to put Avion Chenault in with 25.1 seconds, which I understand the move, but boy, he's such a slicer, Chris, that you don't want to get a charge on that. If I'm stationed, I'm aware that he's in, and I'm going to plant my feet and see if he'll run over me. He may jump over me and dunk on me, but I'm at least going to try and see if I can get that third foul.
Certainly a roll of the dice here. Bobbled by Surratt, scooped up by Talbert with 15 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Talbert challenging Gonzalez, and Felix with a block and out off of Talbert out of bounds.
Yeah, now they're going to go offense for defense, get Chenault back out. Really good block there by Gonzalez. Had a frustrating play on the other end. I love the fact he didn't hang his head, came back down and got the block.
There's Owens into front court. Owens slicing. Pinballed around. Terry Kaysen's shot off the mark, and that's going to take us to quarter number 2. Frederick Douglass, 8 minutes in the books, and they lead 11-8. Second quarter on the way back from Glycod.
Let's get real. We offer a lot of the same courses you'll find at a four-year college. But with our small classes and personal attention, you won't get lost in the crowd. College for the real world. College for your world.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job. You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
With Rick Reams, I'm Chris LaBar. Welcome back to Henry Clay High School, site of the 42nd District Championship. Frederick Douglass on top. Bryan Station 11-8. Mari Owens with 6 points on 2 made threes. And for Douglass, a big three by Jake Mitchell.
Yeah, I tell you what, he came right in the game. You said he'd been in about 15 seconds. Hit that three from the corner. Absolutely no hesitation on that shot. If I'm Douglass, I'm going to try to get Armello Boone back into this game, get him back into the flow. Right now, also, if you're Douglass, you want to take off a little bit because Mari Owens is sitting out for Bryan Station to start this quarter.
Justin Richmond. That's Amate Ashford that's on the floor in place of Owens. Number 12, Noah Jones will handle. Yeah, Surratt spinning, angling, weaving for two.
He has such great body control. And I tell you what, he's the kid again. I think he's going to be the difference maker tonight. If he can get going, it's going to bode well for this Douglass team.
Ashford around the corner. Faulkner lets it fly. And Surratt secures on the back for the Broncos as they have the ball +5. Now Talbert. Oh my, blocked as Talbert took it right to the bucket. Girton with a block. I think Ashford got him low.
I tell you what, I really like the fact that Talbert took that ball back to the basket. He got the shot blocked earlier, right at the end of the quarter there. He took no hesitation, gets it blocked again, but now he's going to get to the free throw line.
Jakari Talbert, 10 points the other night, and they came at crucial times. A big 3-point field goal to stymie a Henry Clay run. And Talbert for twos. The first one goes in.
Talking something about one of Bryan Station's players' pant leg. I'm not sure what's going on with it. Referee talking to the bench.
In the lead now at 7. Largest lead for either team. Early second quarter. Davion Adams off. Tayshawn Adams followed. Davion got it back. Still loose under there. And relentless effort by the Adams. It's Davion that's fouled by Noah Jones.
Yeah, second, third, fourth chance opportunities. Douglas has got to get on the boards. You got to block out. They got Logan Busen and Avion Chenault out of the game right now. That's their come for their big rebounders. They're going to have to get Terry Kaysen on the boards.
And Station connecting on the free throw from Davion Adams, his first point for the 6'4 senior. And Amari Owens back in. His stint on the sideline wasn't too lengthy.
No, I tell you what, you're not gonna keep him out of the game very long unless there's foul trouble or an injury, because he's just so active out there.
And Owens fumbled it forward. Thankfully for them, Surratt was there. And I believe Surratt got caught on the sideline.
Yeah, that was just one of those plays where just never could get Noah never could get the ball. Noah Jones never could get the ball under control, and then Surratt just kind of caught it and just stepped out.
Davion Adams will inbound. Whipped back to Davion. And it's going to squirt to Talbert in a Station foul.
Quick whistle tonight, but you know one thing, Chris, I always say is as long as the officials are consistent, if it's going to be a quick whistle, blow quick whistles the whole game, and right now they're doing that, so a lot of fouls being called.
Well, it's whistled on Davion Adams, his second, and that bears watching. As Adams will exit, and Matt Galinsky back in for Bryan Station. Surratt piercing baseline. Now Busen in the soft spot. Extra fine Surratt in the corner. And Busen pounding it on the floor, comes up empty. Boone follows. And there's Galinsky, the G-man, with a rebound.
Again, all over the court.
Owens angling in.
Nice defense, nice offense. Really nice job getting that ball in the basket. And for Busen not to get the foul, a good job also.
Amari with 8. And a foul per Terry Coldiron, the official.
Yeah, Chris right there did a really good job, was able to get to that ball, got the hit, and got the foul.
Take a look at this great effort by Amari Owens, netting 2 points.
Great body control and really absorbed. It wasn't a foul, but just a lot of body there against him, but able to put that ball in the basket.
That's quick on quick at the top with Talbert and Owens. Entry to Terry Kaysen. And a strong, aggressive take will yield a Bryan Station foul.
Yeah, it's interesting. They had Kaysen in. They took him out for about 30 seconds. You could tell Coach Harris talked something about him. And I think what I saw him talking about was flashing that middle, which he did there. Now he's going to get to the free throw line. That's the way to take your coaching there.
So Kaysen, 72% free throw shooter. Felix Gonzalez back in for Bryan Station's Matt Galinsky, as Matt will take a seat.
Galinsky has 2 fouls also, so fouls are starting to rack up here for Bryan Station.
And there's Busen with the offensive rebound. And Owens chases it down for the defenders. Monte Ashford long off that one. And the rebound secured by Dakari Talbert of Douglas. And Owens with the thievery.
Quick hands, very, very fast. It gets up and down the court so quickly.
Owens with 10. There's Armello Boone. And Boone a turnaround 3. And out of bounds, deflecting off of the Broncos' Terry Kaysen.
Yeah, Boone, right now, just that ball's not going to the basket for him, but he's such a great player. He'll get it going, but tough night so far, and they're going to bring Chenault back in with 5:15 left in the first half with 2 fouls.
Bryan Station, a bucket here would give them their first lead.
Yeah, they've kind of had to fight up an uphill battle, but right now, as you said, they can take the lead here with a basket.
Just over 5 minutes in this first half. Richmond finding Bryson Carpenter. And Busen with the overplay and the turnover.
Good job there by Busen.
Oh, what a wonderful defensive play by Tayshawn Adams.
Yep, didn't give up on the ball, got the ball back, and now Station has the lead.
Chris Wright back to Avion Chenault, flings it, swish!
That wasn't even a jump shot there. That was just, as you said, a fling, just a set shot. Really good job by Chenault. He, again, had been in about one play up and down the court.
Broncos by 2 in a seesaw, 4:18 in a very exciting first half. There's Gonzalez on the entry from Justin Richmond. Bryson Carpenter arcs it in.
Good shot there. One thing to watch, DeMarcus Surratt's getting his hand looked at over there on the sidelines, Chris. So interesting to see what's going to happen with that. Looks like he's going to have his wrists taped up.
3:48 in this first half, 19-18. Bryan Station by 1. 3 lead changes as Boone whips it around. Chris Wright arcs it up well long. Chenault first to the rebound. Boone stuffs it in.
You see, that's the difference Chenault makes on the offensive and defensive boards.
Amari Owens finds Richmond.
Station's going to back it out, get into their offense.
There's Gonzalez down low. Gonzalez off, and Armello Boone with a rebound.
Smart play, though. Take that ball right at Avion Chenault. See if you can get that third foul on it by Gonzalez.
Chris Wright will handle it. There's Talbert and Surratt coming back in as he races to the scores table. And there's a basket on the inbound.
Yeah, he's got that wrist maybe all the way up to his thumb taped up. So let's see, that's his shooting hand. See if that has any effect. But right now, Douglas taking this lead back out to 3 after surrendering it.
There's Bryson Carpenter. We'll find Felix Gonzalez up top. Gonzalez in the corner to the heavens on a 3, and it's long. Chased down by Boone. Busen, the beneficiary, plus a Gonzalez foul.
Yeah, great job there by Busen. Take it right at the big man. Get the contact, put the ball in the basket, get to the free throw line, increase this lead to 5 points.
Well, it started with a high arcing missed 3, and we're going to have a timeout.
Nice pass by Boone to Busen for the basket.
Broncos call timeout. A free throw from Busen on the other side. Frederick Douglass by 5. You're watching the 42nd District title game on Glycod.
For more than 35 years, online and through our branch office locations, Ruoff Mortgage has helped people discover, finance, and move into their homes with confidence. From the moment you send in an application to the day you get the keys, Ruoff keeps things moving exceptionally fast. By sharing knowledge and professional guidance, Ruoff Mortgage helps people see the potential and excitement in the homeownership experience. Visit one of our convenient branch locations or get started online at ruoff.com.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
Broncos by 5, 146 in the first half. Coming up at halftime, we'll take a look at the area scoreboard and also your first half stats. As the Broncos, Bryan Station, very high level first half here with a winner, the champion this season in the 42nd District.
Yeah, this isn't anything we didn't expect to see. Both teams coming out, both teams having some runs. And right now, Douglas is getting the upper hand at this point. But Station, they're so athletic, you can never count them out.
Logan Busen with 3 points. And Owens collecting the rebound. Girton whips it around. Owens steers it up. And there's Chenault well above everyone for the rebound. Talbert tees it up. And Girton collecting the Bryan Station rebound, so both teams cannot connect from 3.
Yeah, Talbert had Boone on that one. He pointed at his chest, said, I missed you on that one, but he was open for his shot. Now Station's going to call a timeout.
We're going to keep things here. Bryan Station call 30-second stop for Coach Champ Ligon. A little trivia for you. We thought we tried something new here. It's called Stump Your Friends, Rick. Bryan Station. Now, you don't look. You can't look.
Okay, I'm not looking.
But everybody else can see. So, when was Bryan Station's last trip to the regional tournament?
The last trip to the regional tournament. I think I said it earlier, 2018?
Okay, that's good. 23 is their most wins in a season since when?
Since what year?
Correct.
Gosh. I'm going to... Okay, I'm going to be wrong, but I'm going to throw back to when I played. We're going to go 1982.
2007 and 8. It's been a while, not been that long.
Yeah,
Champ Ligon, the coach.
He wouldn't appreciate me saying that, but I had to give a throwback to Bobby Barlow's team, who they were number 1 in the state. We were number 2 in the state my senior year of high school. So they are a great team.
So Station ball out of the timeout.
We're going to hold for the last shot. I think that's what the timeout was about, is they just said, let's go ahead and move it around the outside. Unless we get a wide open shot, let's hold it till the end and just go in either down 2-3 or the most down 5.
Well, there's the entry. Yep. Adams is challenged. It's off, and the rebound collected by Talbert, and now Douglas may hold it for a while.
Yeah, and they took Chenault out, so he didn't get another foul here. So with Boone, you can definitely let him go on his own there.
Under 10 is Talbert, lofts to Busen. And Busen accelerating, and a big basket!
Another big basket. Now he needs to put the ball in on the free throw line. He is so strong out there, Chris. We've seen him on the football field. I love the fact he usually spins 20 times a game. Tonight, he's just taking it to the basket, absorbing hits, putting it in there, and now, big man, get to the free throw line, give your team a big lead here.
Can't complete the three-point try. Owens a heave, and that's going to take us to halftime. 7-point Bronco lead, and Logan Busen concluding the scoring with a big play right before the first half.
Big play again, took the hit, was able to put the ball in the basket off the board. Great 4 points there by Busen to give this 7-point lead. And right now, Douglas has to feel good about this, but boy, they know Station is not done.
Halftime at Bryan Station, and Frederick Douglass, 7-point Bronco lead. More coverage in just a minute.
Children love Head Start, and you will too. Community Action Council's prep academies are hiring now. Head Start is an early childhood education program for children from birth to age 5. Help us give more children the Head Start advantage.
Teacher, what are you waiting for?
Join our team of dedicated education professionals. Apply online today at comaction.org. What are you waiting for?
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives. And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
With Fast Signs, see the visual possibility in your business. See it in lights and flags, on a van, in metal, on the floor, in color. With signs and graphics, you can say anything, do anything, be anything. So make your statement. With your masterful team of visual marketing experts, anything is possible. Fast Signs. Make your statement.
Research has shown high school sports to be a great community influence. Join scores of local businesses that have partnered with Glycod in sponsoring live, hometown-oriented sports programming on our video and social media platforms. For more information, email info@glycod.com.
Tradition means values, and we want a banker who has the same philosophy. Traditional Bank is a Kentucky-based business, and that does mean a lot to a business that is based in Kentucky. They know what we're going through. They are always there for us, and that means more than anything else. My name is Allison. I choose Traditional Bank because of the personal service. Paddle on into Canoe, Kentucky.
Tonight's halftime report is brought to you by IBEW Local 369. Find out about their apprenticeship and training programs that help you earn while you learn at IBEWLocal369.com. IBEW Local 369. Power up your potential.
Chris LeBar, Rick Reams, welcome back. 26-19, Frederick Douglass by 7 over Bryan Station, and for the second straight game in this tournament, the Broncos got off to a good start.
And that's what they needed to do. You can't afford to put yourself behind against an athletic team like Bryan Station. They're able to get up 5-0 in this game. Kind of has set the tone with this. Even with Avion Chenault getting 2 fouls, they're able to kind of insert their will on the offense. And right now, Logan Buson's been the difference, getting the ball inside, taking it in there, getting one shot block, but then 2 straight plays where he's absorbed the hit, put the ball in the basket, and then on the other end, Station can't do that. They're not being able to, even when they're getting fouled, not being able to put the ball in the basket and then missing some big free throws.
So we'll update the halftime stats here in just a couple of seconds, but individually, Amari Owens, the lone student athlete in double figures with 10. Avion Chenault, 6 points. And he did it in 7 minutes, got the 2 early fouls, came back in, and he still has 2 fouls.
Well, and that's the great thing. But, Chris, you talked about it. The one thing you see about Avion Chenault is this huge defensive rebound he had on this end of the court where he's able to get way up high, got knocked down, kept the dribble alive, was able to get it out for a fast break. So he's a real difference maker. And, again, like we talked about with Ayanna Darrington getting 2 fouls in Douglas's girls game and them being ahead at halftime, I think Douglas has to feel good right now that he's played limited minutes, has 6 points, but still, like you said, just 2 fouls.
Well, you could sense the intensity that Douglas had in the first half, and leaving heading to the locker room. I mean, they're very fond of themselves after a sound 16 minutes.
Yeah, they're really pleased with how they're playing right now. You know, we talked to Coach Harris before the game. He talked about the fact he wanted his team to use the game plan to their advantage. That's what they've done so far, playing well on the offensive and defensive end. If you're Bryan Station, right now you're talking about we didn't have a great half. We're only down 7 points. We can come back and get this. We'll get into our offense and get things going. Right now, though, I think they're settling. We talked about it. Are they going to settle for those 3-point shots? They're passing around the outside well, but they're not flaring it in and getting the ball back out.
Your halftime stats presented by Traditional Bank. Who you bank with matters, and the Broncos mid-40s shooting, and Bryan Station putting up a lot of threes, and that really isn't their game.
No, and that's what I'm talking about. They're settling for three-point shots when you don't necessarily have to do that, especially if you have Amari Owens. You let him go in there, move around, make passes in and out. They've got an advantage in height with a couple of their players. But as we talked about right now, it's one thing to settle for threes, but if you're settling and not making threes, you're going to get behind quickly.
26-19 Broncos by 7 at the half. We'll step aside. More coverage from Henry Clay High School in just a moment from Glycod.
The reason I went to traditional bank, I just felt at peace. The atmosphere was different.
Anytime we need anything, Traditional Bank's always there for us. Can't say enough about them.
Tradition to me means integrity. That's what our product's based on. Just the way I did it 25 years ago, we're doing it now on a mass scale.
My name's Curtis Mackley, and I choose Traditional Bank because of the relationship we have formed with them and their integrity. Welcome to Mingy Beef Jerky.
Gen Z is a stalled generation. The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital. I put out a forest fire. I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives and led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
The Martin family has been in the trucking industry for over 3 generations. My grandfather started this company selling salvage parts in the 1960s, and we're celebrating over 20 years as a Peterbilt dealer. Although we've grown and changed over the years, our focus has always been on you. We get it. When your truck's down, you're not making money. That's why we keep thousands of quality parts in stock so you can get back on the road as soon as possible. At Martin's Peterbilt, relationships matter, and that's why we've been around for generations. Come see us.
We first opened during the Great Depression, and we've been open for over 85 years now. Through everything that's come our way, we've stayed open by working to make life easier, better, and fresher. By making a real difference in the communities we serve. And by being the kind of place where your money always goes a little further. That's why we're open. Come see for yourself.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job. You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
Back live at Henry Clay High School. Frederick Douglass on top of Bryan Station 26-19. If you haven't already, please feel free to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you for the support. Second half on the way back. We'll have it for you right after this from Glycod.
Confidence and security of a pre-owned Kia from Cartown Kia. This incredible certification package is loaded with a 5-year, 60,000-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty, a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, 10 years of national roadside assistance, and 2 years of free maintenance. Choose from over 70 certified pre-owned Kias or over 1,000 vehicles of all makes and models. It's new car driving at used cars prices with certified pre-owned Kias from CartownKiaUSA.com.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
Well, Rick, what do you look for here in the second half, partner?
Well, I think just as we talked about Douglas having to get out to a fast start in the first half, I think Bryan Station needs to take the reins here and get off to a fast start in the second half. to go ahead and get this game back underhand, see if they can get caught up real quickly, and then put pressure on Douglas. If you're Douglas, you just want to keep on doing what you've done. You want to keep on playing your game and make Bryan Station uncomfortable playing their game.
Will be defender ball to start. Bryan Station 23-6 coming in, defeating the Broncos twice this year by an average of 8 points. And in the first half, the Broncos with the upper hand, at least thus far. Owens slides with the offhand. He missed with the right hand. And Avion Chenault flags it down for the Broncos. Armello Boone flings a three. And there's Owens to snatch it for Bryan Station. Is Owens maintaining position and drawing a Frederick Douglass foul.
Yeah, I called that one on Armello Boone. He had his hand straight up, which would have been fine, but once he brought his hand down, there was a foul. But they were lucky that Chenault didn't get his third one on that one.
So Amari Owens back to the foul line. 2 of 6 from the free throw line. That, beg your pardon, he was 0 of 2 from the free throw line in the first half.
As you talked about, one part of the game he really needs to work on, because the way he can get the ball inside, he's going to get to the free throw line a lot throughout his high school career.
0 of 4 now. And the rebound secured by Avion Chenault of the Broncos.
We talked about it. Is that wrap on Surratt's shooting hand going to bother him? Be interesting to see in the second half.
Busen rolls, catches high. Chris Wright with a great fake and a big three.
That's what he needed. I tell you what, he's had a tough 2-game shooting, but boy, I love that. He looked to pass and then went ahead and shot it, got in the basket to increase his lead to 10 points.
High water mark tonight for Douglas. Hitched in the corner, Felix Gonzalez. And Wright, I think, got a hand on that, propelling it to Boone. Chenault and Owens will be called for the foul as Chenault tumbles to the deck.
At this point, Coach Ligon and Bryan Station cannot be happy with the way this second half has started. We talked about the fact they needed to start off fast, and right now they just can't get anything done on the offensive end and are having trouble stopping Douglas. And there's Chenault again. Highlight athletic player coming down, taken to the basket.
And a timeout is called. Bryan Station, 30-second timeout. We will take a pause as well. Frederick Douglass leading by 10. They'll have free throws after this.
The Martin family has been in the trucking industry for over 3 generations. My grandfather started this company selling salvage parts in the 1960s, and we're celebrating over 20 years as a Peterbilt dealer. Although we've grown and changed over the years, our focus has always been on you. We get it. When your truck's down, you're not making money. That's why we keep thousands of quality parts in stock so you can get back on the road as soon as possible. At Martin's Peterbilt, relationships matter, and that's why we've been around for generations. Come see us.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
Great crowd on hand, as you would expect, for championship Friday night. 42nd District. Frederick Douglass girls win earlier tonight. Hard-fought game over Henry Clay. Final there, 61-50. Congratulations to DJ Moberly, his group's second straight district title. And the Frederick Douglass boys trying to do this for the 5th straight year. Now, Chenault's play tonight cannot be understated.
No, just like you said, even with 2 fouls, they even have to sit out. He's just been a big factor in this game.
Broncos grow the lead to 12. Monte Ashford will handle it up top for Bryan Station as they dissect this 2-3 zone. Skip pass, Davion Adams in the corner. Adams trying to get to his spot. Faulkner. Swish!
That's what they needed, a huge, huge shot there.
Rashad Faulkner, his 26th 3 of the season.
Station's going to try to do this right now. They got Owens on the bench.
Houston at the elbow. And Chenault steers it in again.
Mano y mano, a 3 on one end to a 3 on the other.
That's a guy that shoots 27% from 3.
Yeah, we've seen him play before, though. He's better than that.
Surratt with the theft. And Chenault going to draw some attention there. Off of Faulkner last. Bronco possession.
Yeah, Frederick Douglass got kind of bailed out there. They had a lot of trouble controlling that ball, but knocked out on Faulkner.
Just over 5 in this third quarter. Broncos led by 7 at half. Suffocating defense, and Busen able to maintain position. Boone!
Great body control. Was able to take it all the way under the basket, use the rim to his protection, and get that layup, reverse layup.
Carmelo Boone with 6. Broncos having a great week here at Henry Clay High School.
Yeah, and you know, we talked about the fact that Station was in a little bit of a slump. This time of year, you want to be on the upward tick, and right now Station's having trouble, and Galinsky's going to hit that 3.
He sure is. Rick Reams is a soothsayer.
You could tell when that ball lifted his hands, it was net.
That's Galinsky's first scratch tonight, and that was a well-timed basket. Surratt wielding baseline, and Felix Gonzalez with a reach in.
Yeah, good hands there by Gonzalez, but yeah, Galinsky again, he's a shooter. We've watched him play enough. Boy, when he gets those feet set, and right now Station's got Owens coming back in, and right now Station really needs to make a push here with 4.5 minutes left in this third quarter.
Right, we'll trigger it in. Nice grab there by Armello up high. Now there's number 1 Boone finding Surratt. DeMarcus shifting inside the lane, and the rebound secured by Felix Gonzalez. Over to Rashad Faulkner of Station. And Surratt, that link just so bothersome.
Yeah, Surratt, I tell you what, he's had 2 of those where he's knocked that ball down. That one took it all the way to the basket for the dunk.
Adams idling. Amari Owens trying to answer. And there's Chris Wright, the stabilizer for the Broncos.
Smallest guy on the court gets the rebound.
Boone. And Faulkner. Ahead now from Amari Owens as Owens spins in the lane, and Avion picks up his, well, it's Chris Wright that's called before the Chenault.
Yeah, Coach Harris got to be pleased with that call. Let him call it on Chris Wright there at the block, and not even going to be shooting free throws. So going to be called on the floor before the shot.
Justin Richmond is on for Bryan Station as Felix Gonzalez will exit.
The Station's trying to find some combination to get some offense going, but right now down 13. They haven't found it yet.
Takari Talbert going to check in for Frederick Douglass. And as Chris Wright will lead, that was a big 3 he made too.
Absolutely. Really good job. As we talked about, I just love the way he plays the game.
Owens on the lob. Galinsky floating in the corner. Chases down the rebound though, and nearly steered that in via Dakari Talbert foul.
Tell you what, Galinsky, he's one, if he doesn't have those feet set, it's going to be tough for him to get that ball in the basket. He's such a pure shooter, but he's really contingent on those feet being set.
2 free throws looming for Galinsky after that miss. And Galinsky with 4 points in the quarter. There's Busen drawing the double team. Surratt again, and Talbert over to Chenault for the bucket.
Great job.
And Owens back. Head to the foul line as DeMarcus Surratt with back-to-back dunks in this third quarter.
Yeah, I tell you what, it was just a beautiful pass there. As you said, Talbot threw it to Chenault to the wide open Surratt. And I tell you one thing, you just can't look past the fact that Logan Busen can play on the outside so well, was able to make that pass, the first pass.
As Owens will handle it to Galinsky. And this defense has been very problematic for Bryan Station.
Yeah, they finally got the ball inside.
Adams swerves his way in the lane as Tayshawn Adams with a basket.
Logan Busen was asking for a hook, and I'm not sure that wasn't a bad ask there by him. But a nice job by Adams to get the ball inside and get into the basket. Station's trying to pull this offense further out.
Dakari Talbot, a strong take for two.
Yeah, you've got to get backside help if you're going to put that much pressure out high.
In the lead at 13 for Frederick Douglass.
Frustration starting to show up on Station's faces right now. You got plenty of time if you're Station.
Richmond will lob it into Adams, but how can they get consistent offense? There's Owens parading in the lane. Tapped around, and Chenault outlet Armello Boone for Douglas. And the follow by Chenault.
Galinsky pulled up there. I think he got his...
Boone may have awkward landing there after the Logan Busen.
Yeah, he and Galinsky are both hurt. I think Boone got hit in the eye.
And that was a strong challenge by Galinsky.
Yeah. Galinsky may have pulled his groin muscle there going up with him because, boy, he's grabbing tight. I'm surprised they're leaving him in the game. Looks like he may come out now, but.
Monte Ashford got up off the bench now. Looks like Chris Girton's going to come in.
Yeah, I think they've finally seen it, and they're going to take Boone out, too.
It's Amari Owens. Knocks in the free throw. Owens' first point of the second half.
Yeah,
Amari with 10 in the first half.
Yeah, Boone's going to come back in. He just went out, kind of squinted his eyes, said, I'm fine. I don't think they'll let him back in until play goes off.
And the free throw in for Owens, and similarly to Henry Clay Girls, a very solid season and going to pose a challenge for whomever draws them. I think the loser of this game.
Yeah. You don't want to be an unlucky winner to draw either of these teams, that's for sure.
Well, this is true, but then you look at the potential to have a possible Great Crossing or Lex Cath. My oh my.
Which would be a great first round of the region game, let's be honest.
Dakari Talbot trying to weave his way around the clock here with 1:30. There's Busen. Boone on the follow, and it stays in.
Just with one eye, and I think he got hit that same eye again, Chris. I'll tell you what, great rebound, offensive rebound there. Logan Busen couldn't get it to fall, but great rebound. And yeah, he got smacked across the face. And over on the bench right now, they're taking a look at him. But look at this, Busen misses it. Boone gets it, and then right there gets poked in the eye. Ball goes in the basket, so they're going to call a timeout, see if they can get him.
So the Broncos will pause play. 15-point lead and a free throw when you come right back. Thanks for watching us tonight. We'll be right back after this.
Confidence and security of a pre-owned Kia from Cardtown Kia. This incredible certification package is loaded with a 5-year, 60,000-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty, a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, 10 years of national roadside assistance, and 2 years of free maintenance. Choose from over 70 certified pre-owned Kias or over 1,000 vehicles of all makes and models. It's new car driving at used cars prices with certified pre-owned Kias from CartownKiaUSA.com.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
Broncos by 15 as we welcome you back. Coming up tomorrow morning, tournament selection show. We'll have some interviews and footage from Lafayette High School. And we'll have all the brackets for you, both boys and girls. Glycod, the exclusive rights holder for 11th Region basketball tournament this year. Can't wait to get things started next week. As Boone short on that. And still 9:20 left, but Station, as they say, has to get snappy.
Yeah, they can't. They're going to have some big possessions here, and they're going to have to hit some three-pointers to get back in this game.
As Justin Richmond arcs it into Tayshawn Adams. Ashford angles it up. And rebound procured by Dakari Talbert.
Surratt has that hand taped again. I guess when you dunk that much, Chris, that tape comes off, so. Got different tape on it this time. Station's going to have plenty of time. They're going to, again, unless you get a really good shot, hold for that last one with 32 seconds left. Coach Harris thought Talbot was going to shoot that three, and he was screaming no.
Oh, and Talbot behind Busen. And Station with 20.7 will have perhaps the final possession of this third quarter.
That's truly an unforced error there. I tell you what, you just can't make that mistake trying to hold for the last shot and throw that ball away. Give Station a chance to get some momentum coming into the fourth quarter.
Well, and they're certainly capable. The way they can score, such explosiveness at times, under 6. Girton turns and shoots, and he'll knock that in. And that's going to take us to the fourth. Frederick Douglass leading Bryan Station 46-33. Fourth quarter on the way back from Glycod.com.
The Martin family has been in the trucking industry for over 3 generations. My grandfather started this company selling salvage parts in the 1960s, and we're celebrating over 20 years as a Peterbilt dealer. Although we've grown and changed over the years, our focus has always been on you. We get it. When your truck's down, you're not making money. That's why we keep thousands of quality parts in stock so you can get back on the road as soon as possible. At Martin's Peterbilt, relationships matter, and that's why we've been around for generations. Come see us.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
Douglass by 13, they outscore Bryan Station 20-14 in the third quarter, and the big three doing it tonight for the Broncos.
Yeah, I mean, right now we're talking about the fact that Douglass is pretty much having their way on offense. Now on defense, what I've been impressed with is Douglass has been able to keep Bryan Station from getting the run outs to be able to fast break to play their game. But right now, Chenault, Boone, Surratt, really a great game for this Douglass team. Now the key is, if I'm Champ Ligon, you really challenge your kids here. Say, let's see what you're made of. Let's see what you can do with this 13-point deficit. See if we can come back and make a story here.
Amari Boone, or rather Armello Boone, will have it far sideline for the Broncos. And Owens inside the passing lane with a steal. And that's a wonderful play by a talented player.
Really good play, and he's fired up there. What they need to do is Station needs to build on that. But you know, again, Chris, sometimes you got to be smart on that. Just let Owens go in there and lay the ball up. Don't give it a chance for a three-point play.
Owens trying to will Bryan Station back. And the rebound gobbled up by DeMarcus Surratt. Poked away by Adams. And a foul underneath. We got two bodies on the floor.
Owens and Chenault. Going to go back in with Chris Wright. You bring your glue man back in. Dakari Talbert's had just a couple tough plays. Going to come out. They're going to coach him up. He'll be fine. He's going to come back in. They'll need him. But right now, Coach Harris got his arm around him, talking to him about little things.
And Chris Wright will trigger in. We'll have a station sub. It's Davion Adams. We'll update the ticker and just a little bit. Keep you posted on the other district finals tonight inside Region 11. Busen bulldozes his way in for the basket.
Yeah, he had a real big mismatch there and was able to take advantage of it.
Logan's baskets always come at the most opportune times.
Yes, they do. And if you're stationed, the most inopportune times.
And a foul from behind on the Broncos' Chris Wright.
Yeah, right. He needs on that one. Move his feet. He's fast enough. He can beat him to the spot.
And Busen just deceptively quick some time off the bounce.
Yeah, and that time very smart, knowing who's on him, and he took him straight to the basket, was able to get it up off the board and get the roll in. Get this 17-point lead.
Lob to Ashford.
13, sorry.
7 minutes to play. Owens trapped in the corner. Owens, 15-footer block. That was Busen with a block. And a travel in backcourt.
Busen doesn't see how he did it, but he did. He moved that pivot foot. But right now, if you're Station needs to settle down some on offense. They're trying to make the big plays. And then Douglas on defense. Just keep with this zone. They're really having a good effect against this high-powered Station offense.
Ashford long on that arc. Boone, the length to grab the rebound. And Ashford, to his credit, raced back and plucked it away.
Great defense. That's a block. Yeah.
And Busen called for the foul. Second foul for Logan, third on the Broncos in this quarter. So that's piling up a tad with 6:34 to play.
Yeah, that's one thing. We talked about it in with Henry Clay and Douglas. If you're behind, the best way to get points quick is to get them without the clock moving so you can close the deficit in.
Justin Richmond to loft it in play. And he'll find Owens in the seam. Owens arcs it short, and Richmond watched it trickle out of bounds, and it will belong to Douglas.
Yeah, Mario Owens just short-armed that ball, a little frustrated with himself on that one. Now Douglas Station, they're going to put pressure on you. You're going to have to get the ball up. I think it's very smart. Get the ball to Surratt, have Logan Busen back there, let those two get the ball up the court, get over to Chris Wright, and let him run your offense.
Still 6:20 remain. Surratt off the bounce, exploding, and Adams with a block from behind.
And Chris, we talked about it. I talked about the fact that Surratt, against Henry Clay, he hit some big shots, but he didn't look as comfortable. And tonight, he's looking very comfortable. As you see here, you get that ball on the outside, finds the seam, and then takes it right to the basket. Was going to try to dunk that ball also, but got the foul, going to get to the free throw line.
Well, he's a difference maker when healthy. He had about the 3-week lull where he was ill, did not play at all. And he's a different player now than he was 4 or 5 weeks ago.
He really is. And I tell you what, again, a really athletic player, a big jumper out there, and does a really nice job at the free throw line.
Broncos 50, Station 35. Rifled in the lane, Adams, Owens off, and Busen down with a rebound for the Broncos. That's Chris Wright finding Boone, open baseline!
With the flush. 17-point lead, Chris.
That's off the mark. And the Broncos having their way. Still 5:40 left. And Surratt stolen by Davion Adams. Adams up and off, and Tayshawn will clean it up.
Nice play there by Tayshawn Adams, just following that shot up.
Houston swings it to Boone. Boone accelerating, nearly dunked it again. And there's Surratt underneath, winning the 50-50 ball. And that's a great timeout by Coach Harris.
Yeah, he's holding his hands down, telling everyone, settle down. Got going a little bit fast there, but really, really nice play there.
We'll take a quick pause, be right back after this.
Let's get real. You could go to work right after high school, but spend a little time with us, and we'll give you a better chance to do more, be more, and earn more. College for the real world. College for your world.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
Been some kind of performance this week for Frederick Douglass, a team that labored at times this year. They lost 5 of 7 entering the postseason. But boy, they picked it up, and they've done it in many different ways.
They have. They've done it on the offensive end, the defensive end. But Chris, I'll tell you what, this is kind of a story for everyone. 5 out of 7 you lose at the end of the season. It doesn't matter in Kentucky. Everyone's in the playoffs. When you get into the playoffs, it's literally a new season. Everyone is 0-0, and right now Douglas looks like a strong threat in this 11th region, a very strong 11th region.
Sure is. Still 5:06 left. And if this score holds, the Farm needs to be rocking on Tuesday, as Douglas will have a home game. And these student athletes, both boys and girls, just did dynamic performances here this week against 2 really good teams.
And then you talked about the fact is we have seen how good this Defender team is. Right now they're in a little bit of a slump, but boy, they can find their wheels and they can get going quickly. So this game's not over yet.
Surratt to inbound. No, it's not, as Chenault will field it in the corner. Chenault baseline. And a rebound, that's Adams that claims it. Tayshawn Adams, and Chenault plucks it away. And Surratt being fancy with a layup.
Nice pass there.
Oh my heavens. Chenault with a block shot.
You see that one coming.
There's Boone trying to split the double team.
A lot of contact.
And Faulkner ahead of steam. Finding Galinsky. There it is.
Got those feet set. I tell you what, when his feet are pointing towards the basket, he's a really great shooter. When they're sideways, he has trouble.
4:20 to play. And Chenault has a step. And Owens with a rebound. There's Busen on the floor.
Uh-oh. A little moisture on the floor down here.
And how about Chris Wright?
We're going to try it again.
And you hope Avion's okay. So Avion, players are just absolutely exhausted after that fray.
Wasn't watching if he came down on his ankle or like they're getting him up. Looks like he's going to be okay. But tell you what, Chris, I know I'm old school, but no one wears high tops anymore, and it drives me crazy, these kids. But man, that dunk was going to be amazing, and he slipped, just did not keep his feet. And then he got the ball back. And you know who made the steal over there? Chris Wright, my man on defense.
He sure did.
All over the court. I think Chris Wright just needs me to call his games. That's what it is, Chris. He's just, I tell you what, I just love to watch the kid play.
And there was really a de facto timeout. Neither team called it. The officials, I think, needed one as well.
Yeah, exactly. I think everyone needed a little bit of time.
Adams finding Galinsky in a station, craving points here. Trickled out off. Looked like Terry Kaysen may have touched it last.
And Terry Kaysen had some really strong games last year, and just this year hasn't had quite as strong the games, but he's one he's so athletic also. So that's another player they could get going. So Douglas has a lot of options going forward.
And Faulkner will coordinate the offense up top. And there you go.
Nice shot. Inside out. Great job. Beautiful shot there for the three.
Davion with his first made three. And the lead at 13. There's Busen. Deflected off of Adams. And speaking of Busen, Rick, you go back to that late play in the second quarter, and then Busen, that big basket that grew the lead a little bit.
Yeah, 2 plays in a row where he was able to take the ball to the basket, got the hit, got the hoop, and then missed the free throws. But, boy, just big plays to give them that lead going into halftime, and they have just really increased that lead from there.
Well, and Jake Mitchell with a big three in the first half as well. It's been a very solid team effort tonight for Frederick Douglass.
Surratt's got to take that ball in there, but right now they're not interested in really rushing it at all.
Boone tried to lob to Chenault. Surratt caught it instead and connected.
Yeah, Boone thought Surratt was going to come in for another dunk there, but still, get the basket. That's all that matters. There's
Galinsky in the corner. And Surratt claiming the rebound.
Smart play by Talbot there. Really good play by the young man.
There's Surratt inside the lane. Tapped up a couple of times, and Boone got the volley.
Back out to 17. Call a block again, yeah.
And Owens just runs over Busen.
One thing that Logan needs to do is turn his body just a little bit, Chris. What he's doing is he's turning sideways, and the referees are going to call that every time on the defender there. And right now, Station's coming with 5 new players. Well, 4 until Owen shoots his free throws. Except for they're going to come out now because he's not shooting free throws. What do you think, Chris? Is that the last we're going to see of their starting 5 tonight?
Well, Coach Ligon might be
waving the white flag?
Well, maybe sending a message. And things certainly haven't worked tonight as well as they normally do.
Exactly. And as you said, they're going to have a very tough game coming up. So he needs his kids back on track.
Gonzalez off the mark. Chenault spinning. And Gonzalez pulls down the Bryan Station rebound. Jordan Axum up with a 3, and Gonzalez continues to play hard.
Yeah, that's one thing, Gonzalez. He will be out there no matter what the score is. We see him on the board, and now Douglas, they're going to empty their bench also.
The lead at 18.
The referees have such a quick whistle early on, they're going to let this one try to end. Get everyone home.
Ashford flings a 3, and it stays home. And a timeout. I think Douglas called timeout just to let play continue and let the new guys come in. So 5 new ones come in. Naz Gillespie, Jackson Dials, Keenan Banther, Nate Cohen, and Junior Harris. I think this score might raise some eyebrows.
Absolutely.
Around the 11th tonight. Not just the score, but how it was done.
And let's be honest, Chris, this game was not this. I mean, you hate to say it like this, but 12 points, it was not that close.
Rebound brought down to Bryan Station. And there's one to reduce it to single digits. It's Bryson Carpenter, his second 3.
Coach Harris is having none of this. He's putting his players back in.
So Frederick Douglass going to pause. We'll keep things here. It's a 30. And back to 9. And certainly if this score holds, you have to feel good for the coach, because this season, I would think, has been challenging in some ways. They've lost a lot of games, and he hadn't beaten his mentor, but tonight I think some validation.
Yeah, and you could just see it on his face right then. He's really this game's not over in his mind. He wants to win this game. I'm not talking about he wants to run the score up. He wants to win this game so badly. He's going to put his starters back in. We are not going to give up this lead. But, yeah, you're right. Came in with a tough situation. Has done a yeoman's job out there. They don't have the greatest record right now. But, as I said, they were able to end on an up note, and that's where they're taking it, going into a home game on Monday night to get into the second round of that region.
So the Broncos appear on their way to their 5th straight district championship. We're going to have Monte Ashford. Okay. A technical foul has been assessed. So a technical on Douglas with Ashford to shoot. All right.
Well, it definitely wasn't on Coach Harris, because he's still.
Ashford off with that one. So the 5 regulars, or at least 4 of the regulars out there, 4 of the starters anyway, are back out for Douglas. Dakari Talbert will join them. And Axum. There's Busen with a steal. And there's Boone.
Nice pass there by Busen.
Carpenter's had a good night tonight on threes. That one off the mark, and now Talbert in for 2 more. The lob to Chenault. Axum, they're going to count that basket, and that's the final.
(64-52).
2 class head coaches, 2 great programs to meet at the scores table. 64-55. Frederick Douglass, an authoritative, a message-sending win tonight against a very good Bryan Station team.
Yeah, great battle out here, as you talked about, Chris. Just a great atmosphere. Fans just filling this place up. They closed the doors. You know, the thing I love about it, there was no problems with any of the fans, nothing like that. Everyone just came out to see a great high school basketball game, and that's what they got.
Lots to get to in the postgame. We'll step aside, be back after this. Douglas wins the 42nd district for the 5th time. We'll take a pause on Glycod.
For more than 35 years, online and through our branch office locations, Ruoff Mortgage has helped people discover, finance, and move into their homes with confidence. From the moment you send in an application to the day you get the keys, Ruoff keeps things moving exceptionally fast. By sharing knowledge and professional guidance, Ruoff Mortgage helps people see the potential and excitement in the homeownership experience. Visit one of our convenient branch locations or get started online at ruoff.com.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital. I put out a forest fire. I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives and led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
We first opened during the Great Depression, and we've been open for over 85 years now. Through everything that's come our way, we've stayed open by working to make life easier, better, and fresher. By making a real difference in the communities we serve. And by being the kind of place where your money always goes a little further. That's why we're open. Come see for yourself.
The Martin family has been in the trucking industry for over 3 generations. My grandfather started this company selling salvage parts in the 1960s, and we're celebrating over 20 years as a Peterbilt dealer. Although we've grown and changed over the years, our focus has always been on you. We get it. When your truck's down, you're not making money. That's why we keep thousands of quality parts in stock so you can get back on the road as soon as possible. At Martin's Peterbilt, relationships matter, and that's why we've been around for generations. Come see us.
Donating plasma is an easy way to earn up to $600 a month as a new donor while saving lives. That's right. Every donation you make helps patients in need survive and thrive. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and I Give rewards points. Go to cslplasma.com to learn more about plasma donation. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
Tonight's post-game recap is brought to you by CSL Plasma. Be rewarded for your generosity. Do the amazing. Help save lives.
Final score at Henry Clay. Frederick Douglass defeats Bryan Station 64-55 to claim their 5th straight 42nd District Championship. The Broncos in full control for much of this game. They led 11-8 after 1. They led by 7 at half. And they gradually opened things up, and 1 point led by 17 points tonight, Rick.
Yeah, it was one of those games where I tell you what, the final score doesn't really tell the whole story. Douglas they took control of this game and just had a great game tonight, had a great game plan, were able to get it going, keep it going, and just a really impressive victory for a team that's definitely on the uptick, Chris.
What can this win this week do for them in the 11th region tournament?
Oh, I tell you what, it just builds all the momentum in their favor. They're feeling good about themselves right now. They know they can come out and beat a good team. But the key is, and I talked about this before, now they can't be too overconfident. Coach Harris has to remind them that they lost 5 of their last 7. They're not world beaters yet, but they got to be pleased with where they are right now. Station, you don't have to go back to the drawing board, but what you do have to go back to is what brought you to this record where you are right now. A great season at 22-7, but I tell you what, they came out like gangbusters to start the year and have had a rough go here lately, so they got to find an answer against a very tough game at an opposing school on Monday night.
I think for Station, they've shown some weaknesses against the zone.
Yeah.
Sayre just befuddled them a lot the other night, and Douglas's zone tonight was very effective.
Yeah, and you know what you see, Chris, is a lot of times athletic teams who love to get up and run and gun and do different things have trouble against the zone because the zone makes you settle down and play an organized form of offense. And Station's going to have to figure that out because, as you said, they better be ready because every team they play from here on out will play a zone against them.
Frederick Douglass, a winner, 64-55 over Bryan Station. More coverage on the way back. We'll have final stats. We'll also have the most outstanding player, and we'll look ahead to the 11th region tournament. More on the way from glycod.com.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
a life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable. They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something in school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
I love Head Start.
Children love Head Start, and you will too. Community Action Council's prep academies are hiring now. Head Start is an early childhood education program for children from birth to age 5. Help us give more children the Head Start advantage.
Teacher, what are you waiting for?
Join our team of dedicated education professionals. Apply online today at comaction.org. What are you waiting for?
Let's get real. With us, you'll get a great education that can lead to a great career faster. Even better, you won't end up with crippling debt. College for the real world. College for your world.
Glycod on YouTube is Kentuckiana's fastest growing high school sports video site. When you click to subscribe, don't forget to tap the bell and be notified of our upcoming live broadcasts and other unique video content. Subscribe for free now at youtube.com/Glycod.
This is your season to save on our incredible selection of new Kias from Cardtown Kia. You can't beat the powerful design of the new 2024 Sportage.
It's your choice. The new 2023 Kia Sportage, just $349 down and $349 per month, or the new 2023 Kia Sorento, just $349 down and $349 per month.
Unmatched design, performance, and savings all in one at Cardtown Kia and CardtownKiaUSA.com.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by Cardtown Kia. Visit their showroom at 3120 Lexington Road in Nicholasville, or browse their inventory at CardtownKiaUSA.com. Cardtown Kia, movement that inspires.
Frederick Douglass over Bryan Station tonight, 64-55, as the Broncos improve to 20-12 on the season. Bryan Station suffers their 7th loss against 23 wins. Both teams, of course, will advance to next week's 11th region tournament. Both play Tuesday. Douglass at home, Station on the road, and they will await their opponent at tomorrow morning's selection draw. Some final numbers here individually for the Broncos. 3 double-figure scores. Avion Chenault, 17 points, 7 rebounds. Armello Boone with 14 points and 12 caroms. And DeMarcus Surratt, 14 points, 8 rebounds, and 2 steals. And for Station, only Amari Owens in double figures, 14 points, but it took him 18 shots to get it done.
Yeah, just a tough night all around for Bryan Station's offense. Had trouble stopping him on defense. But, yeah, Owens, again, he tried to get him going, but you could just tell the frustration on his face. And he and Tayshawn Adams made the all-tournament team, but they had to go in the locker room and get him because that team is not very happy right now, not excited to be out here.
Final stats presented by Traditional Bank. Who you bank with matters. And you look at the three-point shooting, and it's very deceiving. Station made 10 of them, but from standard field goals, Frederick Douglass, 26 shots made, and Station only made 7.
Yeah.
Excuse me, 7 less.
Yeah, it's it's just that's the tale of the game. And let's be honest, a lot of those three-pointers came at the end of the game when the game was really pretty well decided. Bryan Station hit some, but boy, I tell you what, just an exciting night for Douglass, and they got to just keep on continuing this trend. And then, as we talked about, Station, they got to get back to what got them here and find that magic again.
Station minus 12 on the backboard, and Frederick Douglass, a big winner tonight. Time now for our most outstanding player from Elite Building Products in Nicholasville. They are locally owned, and if you like any information on their plethora of windows, doors, and siding choices, you can visit them online at elitekentucky.com or stop by their Wilson Drive location in Nicholasville. And DeMarcus Surratt, a big difference maker tonight.
I tell you what, we talked about it. I talked about the fact that he had been kind of having quiet games. Had a good game against Henry Clay, but not a great game. And tonight, even when he hurt his wrist or thumb or whatever he hurt, I tell you what, had to come out, had a great game. Really impressed with him. I think for sure, they had the big 3, but I think tonight he made the difference for this team. And then if you look at Bryan Station, a tough night overall, but Tayshawn Adams was able to get some things going. He'll get the most outstanding player, but once again, this Bryan Station team is not happy. They're not pleased with how things are going. And Adams, but tonight, I think he will get the player of the game for Bryan Station.
Take one more timeout. Up next, we'll take a look at next week's coverage. We'll have all that for you in just a minute from Glycod.
Confidence and security of a pre-owned Kia from Cardtown Kia. This incredible certification package is loaded with a 5-year, 60,000-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty, a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, 10 years of national roadside assistance, and 2 years of free maintenance. Choose from over 70 certified pre-owned Kias or over 1,000 vehicles of all makes and models. It's new car driving at used cars prices with certified pre-owned Kias from CardtownKiaUSA.com.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
Let's put the finishing touches on a great week at Henry Clay High School. Thanks to all the folks here for making this stream possible. We had a wonderful, wonderful week. Great place to be and wonderful community support for all 5 local high schools.
Yeah, just a great night. I mean, you know, I'm used to, I'm old school in a lot of ways. I'm used to this being the 43rd district, but that's okay, the 42nd district. And I tell you what, you couldn't have asked for a better game tonight, a better atmosphere. Everyone here having to close the doors. They couldn't let anyone else in. I tell you what, a great night. And Henry Clay did a great job of putting this tournament on. It takes a lot of people, a lot of time to get something like this going. And for me being here, at least tonight, I think it was a seamless process.
More coverage next week. 11th Region tips off Glycod, the exclusive place to watch all 11th Region basketball from the semifinals on. And we'll have a quarterfinal game on Tuesday, followed by the girls' semis on Thursday, and the selection show coming up tomorrow morning at 10. And certainly the pairings will be very indicative in terms of, you know, the path to the finals and all that. But any thoughts on teams you'd like to watch from both the girls and boys side for next week?
Well, I mean, you know, you've talked about the fact you've got a great Crossing, you've got Lexington Catholic, you've got teams that are just high teams that are just ranked so high, 1 and 2 in the state. Those are teams to watch, but they are going to have to be careful against athletic teams like this Douglas team. You also have to take a look at a team like Bryan Station who could come back and do some harm. And then I think right now, at least from what I've seen in the 11th, this Douglas team, the girls team right now, they're hitting on all cylinders. They're going to be a tough out against anyone they play. You've got some other great teams in this region, but it's always like I say, Chris, they play the region for a reason. They don't just say you're the winner. You're going to come out, you're going to have to play these games. You're going to have to win it. You're going to have to earn it. And the ultimate goal is to get to Rupp Arena. And we talked to Kate Baker about that tonight. And she said they started talking about that when they lost last year at Rupp Arena.
And every coach have different philosophies on scheduling, etc. But for Coach Moberly and Coach Harris, they have tested their teams against the best of the best, and I feel like they're confident that they're equipped for a longer run next week.
And what we talked about is when are they peaking? Right at the right time. They're peaking at the end of the season, the beginning of the postseason, and let's see if that can continue. And again, this Bryan Station team, do not discount them. They can be magic on the basketball court. They can find that again, and you better believe they'll be practicing to work and find that, and I'm excited to see what happens in this 11th region.
We can't wait to see you guys next week. Rick, good working with you. It was a great night for basketball.
Absolutely. Thank you, Chris.
That'll do it for us. Steve Bird has been our executive producer. John Strange has done a great job on the camera. Shedro Gardestoni, our assistant. For Rick Reams, I'm Chris Labar. Good night from Henry Clay High School. We'll see you tomorrow morning for the selection show on Glycod. Good night.
From Glycod, this has been IBEW Local 369, Central Kentucky High School Basketball. IBEW 369, power up your potential. Tonight's game was brought to you by Bluegrass Community and Technical College. Never underestimate you. CSL Plasma, do the amazing, help save lives. Meyer, higher standards, lower prices. Traditional Bank, because who you bank with matters. And by Community Action of Lexington, Martin's Peterbilt, Lexington Outdoor and Power Equipment, and Allstate Insurance Agent Thomas Allen.
Visit our website, glicod.com, Facebook and Twitter @Glycod. We thank you for tuning into this live sports presentation from Glycod.